So those of you who haven't been here, so everybody but Cardiff, you guys are walking up a hill, not too far where the. Do you remember where the tower up to the cave surface at the top was? Um, some of you may not. Um, Actually, Searshaw and Boozer, that tower led up to where the Santa Claus place was. Just past that tower a bit into the town a little bit ways, there's kind of a recess in the wall, and it kind of leads up this hill to this temple. So all around you, you can see that the ground is covered with this kind of nasty sludge. This is the aboleth's basically remnant. It's kind of what you've been walking around in the whole time. But you can see that there's still kind of a path that's been stretched through this up to the facade of the temple, which Sirsha, you can see with your sight. It appears that there are statues made out of some kind of stone, and from what you can tell, they appear to be kind of see-through. Color-wise, you can't really tell what they are, but as a gem master, you kind of recognize it as the stone amber, which is kind of a gemstone mineral. It's basically sap that's solidified. Yep, you know what it is. Okay, great. Yep, and there's a bunch of rocks that seem to have smashed in front of what appears to be the entrance to this temple. Cardiff, having been here before, kind of has a knowledge of where there might be an entrance.
Where do we go from here?
So if Cardiff tells that to Shadow, he would move up
Oh,
to...
no, that wasn't Cardiff.
No, I know.
Okay.
If he told Shadow, he would go to that area and look for the way in.
He lost his French accent.
Oui, oui.
So off to the left is kind of what T would be saying.
Directly west or north and west?
North and west.
Would Cardiff have told us that it's dangerous to travel here? Kind of, you have to be stealthy, or is it feel like it's pretty safe?
That's on him. I don't know if he's here or not.
Is the cleric moving on my turn?
Dan?
Cleric's staying with Boozer.
Lost the old man.
Oh god, I give him CPR.
Just
Cardiff.
rope to him.
Okay. Great. So first it was Stoner, and then it was me, and now it's Dan.
Yeah, apparently.
Great showing back, boys.
Oh, I see the cave entrance if I can let him know.
Yeah, you can go ahead and head that direction.
Is it north from here?
Northwest.
Northwest. Okay. So Shadow will stealth ahead a little bit and try to find his way in. I see that there's kind of a a small passageway here.
Hold on, I can see down.
So you see a broken bit of rubble. It looks like some sort of animal claws dug through the stone here a bit. The path is actually a little wider than it currently shows. It looks like it's wide enough to fit everybody's shoulder length through.
So it's not squeeze.
It's not squeeze.
Great. If it's not squeeze, then I would go through first, just sort of checking for any problems along the way.
Okay. As you are approaching the stone wall of the building, as you're kind of getting closer, the first thing that you're immediately going to notice is that it's blisteringly cold. It feels like the actual stone of the place is emanating this chill wind. Or just air as you step into it. It's not like, you're walking into a freezer. It's more or less like you just moved climates from kind of a cooler temperature down near the cave camp, and now you're kind of like in a winter zone. We're talking freezing temperatures here, blisteringly cold. Do you have anything to kind of guard yourself from the temperature, or no?
Other than my sort of natural fur and a cloak, not really.
Don't we all have the ever-burning torch? Does that not produce heat?
It doesn't
Well,
really
no, of
seem to-
course not. It's magic. Here.
Yeah, the Cardiff
Yeah,
pulls
we'll
up
go
So
back.
find your way over to us in
a
the map.
bunch of warm blankets on you guys. He just hands out blankets.
Shadow would ask Cardiff if he knows anything that would make it so cold in this spot from his last journey here.
Well, there's a wizard in here, a sorcerer. Really, it's a vampire, I believe.
So it was cold then as well?
Yes, it's always been cold down here.
Okay, then Shadow is going to make his way through the passageway, just again being really careful along the way.
He would, while he walks behind Boozer, he would hand him a ring and inform him that there is the spells Absorb Elements, Shield, and Temporal Barrier. If things get really bad, we need to hold up a defense while the spell casts.
So is this room lit with torches like it looks here?
It is indeed. And the torches appear to be of the ever-burning variety, but they seem to be set in their sconces. The other thing you would notice as you enter into this place, yes, it's chill and cold, but it also has a very acrid smell of charcoal and burning. Smells like something burned a lot in here. The mats that you see out on the ground are actually just smoked over. It looks like there's like spots in the ashes that looks like there were bodies in those spots, but they look like they've been dragged out of this room. It looks like they were dragged out of this room the way you're coming in.
Okay, and those 1, 2, 3, 4, the 6 are they?
They're set in their sconces. The torches that you're trying to count. The bedrolls are burned over. The other thing you would notice in the room are the 2 large doors. The doors are made completely out of amber, and in actuality should be sealed, so don't move too much right yet. The door to the north has kind of a faint glow to it, like something green is kind of emanating light on the opposite side. And the doors to the west, or I'm sorry, east, don't seem to be emanating any light at all.
Okay. Shadow is going to motion Cardiff to the door to the north to see if he could identify what's going on behind it.
Well, I know, of course.
Yeah, I'll start casting a Temporal Barrier
Okay.
as a ritual.
Make just make an Arcana check, just an insight check here.
Well, it worked before.
It's arguable. So you would kind of know that the barrier is really just adding a new door. It's not really changing anything, and it's actually giving them the upper hand in that they know you're there. They don't seem to be reacting to you until the door is opened. They can see you once the door is opened, if they can see you. With that Arcana check, you're pretty sure that you may be able to surpass them if you had some means of making yourself invisible.
I mean, I guess I could burn all my spell slots.
Or we could try this other door.
No, it leads to the same
Same
No.
place?
we have to encounter.
Well, you see, there's 2.
Well, okay, real quick, because you did say something pretty matter-of-factly. Make just an intelligence check. Yeah, you
All
aren't.
luck.
Go ahead.
Mhm.
You remember that the hall that the elf came out of from downstairs.
hmm
You believe that it was connected to the hall that's on the opposite side of the door in the east chamber, the east doors. There's a large empty hall in that center portion, and that's to the east. And there's stairs down that lead down to the downstairs that you went to through a secret passageway to get downstairs to where you encountered the gifts.
I'd relay that to the party.
You do not have to go through the room or the chamber with the flaming
Fuck
skulls.
that room.
Yeah, so let's go over here, and I would want to check the door for traps and see if it's locked.
Okay, it's not.
Super.
You do realize that you can push it open with a little bit of force, but if you were to try and pull it closed again, it would require some finagling and some strength. It would require an action, and it would require a strength athletics check to seal the door behind you.
Okay.
Okay, Seth kind of walks up behind you, kind of gives you a look, gives Boozer a look and kind of a nod, and he just kind of seems to be kind of staying with the group. For those of you who haven't been introduced to Seth, he is a strapping young lad, probably in his mid-20s, soft brown hair, nice billowing gray cloak, dark gray, and he seems to be wearing golden armor, which seems very noble and respectable. And if anybody has history trained, does anybody have history trained?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
I'd be talking about him constantly. They would hear all about everything I knew of him.
Yeah, you probably heard him say something about the golden wings. He should be riding a grip or a giant eagle, etc.
Okay, so if Shadow knows that the door is unlocked and untrapped, then he would say so and ask one of the sort of frontline people to go forward.
Okay.
I'll open it.
All right. You hold on a second.
Dan.
Lagging a little bit.
I mean, I know where he'd be. He'd be looking at this door.
You would notice that the lights from before, it appears that there are only 2, not 3. All right. You push open the doors, and to your left, you see that there's a very large staircase, some 10 feet wide, that heads down into a great open hall. With your dark vision, you can't see much past the steps, but to the right, you see a small door, and just to the right, a little bit further on, you see that there is kind of a passageway. You would notice that the railing close to the edge of the balcony there looks like it's a bit broken and a bit worn. And with your dwarven eyes, you can also tell that getting too close to the railing might be treacherous for the people who aren't as nimble of foot.
Okay, so
Here, Shaw, when you step out into the room, you actually see quite a bit more. Out across the open hall, you see a very large statue, very similar to the statues that are outside. It appears to be a cloaked figure, its hood drawn up, and its robes kind of just, regal looking. And it does have a dwarven countenance to it. Its hands are kind of held out in front of it. You would also notice that this one does not have a face. It seems that the interior of the hood is completely empty. And as you kind of look in that general direction, you're almost certain that you see 2 eyes looking back at you from inside of the cloaked hood statue head.
Yeah, I'm going to relay that to the party. See if it means anything to any one of them.
Have they fought statues here before?
I ask.
So just to be sure, you think that there's actually something inside the compartment where a head would be inside of the statue, not so much that there are
the eyes
eyes
glow
of the
green?
statue looking at you.
Does it glow green?
If you're asking her, she tells you she doesn't
Yeah.
know. She doesn't see color.
Well. Okay.
Or she says sure because she likes to start up stuff. I don't know. That you can't tell what color they are.
I can't tell.
Shadow's going to advance here maybe and start taking a look at it, getting closer.
Pretty
Careful
far.
near the railings,
So
Shadow.
if you get close to the railings, you can kind of feel like a weird, just kind of nature to the stone, and it looks like the railing actually starts to kind of buckle a little bit as you get close to it. Let's see. Based on your positioning, you really can't see much of what she's talking about. You do see that there are 2 pillars, large pillars, that rise up from the bottom up to the ceiling of this chamber. The ceiling from where you're currently at is about 30 feet above you, and it seems to have painting all about it. But because you're looking at it in your dark vision, you can't see much of like the nature of it. It looks like it's just a smattering of colors, and you can see kind of differences in the grays, but you can't really tell exactly what you're looking at here. you kind of try and look out across the open field, but you're not really seeing what she says she sees.
I'm going to mention that this statue is right on the edge of my vision. So to give you an idea of how far away it is.
Yeah.
There's a secret passage downstairs.
I also do start to see these
It's a door right here too.
green stuff on the side. I don't know, like, what am I looking at here?
So there are, you're kind of looking over in that direction. You see that what look like arrow slits, and you kind of see these flames kind of fluttering about beyond them. Your presumption is that the glowing points of light that you saw inside of the amber doors in the last chamber are the lights that are being emanated are coming from these 2 points you're seeing floating around. As you kind of inspect them closer, you notice that they're skulls wreathed in green flame.
Ooh, I don't like skulls and flames.
The Forgotten Wizards.
They don't seem to be paying attention to anything, though. They seem to be just kind of lingering in the air. Like they're waiting for something to happen before they do anything.
I'm just gonna open this door because it's nearby.
Sure, that's smart. Hold on a second.
I'm not even gonna check for traps. I'm
Just going to open it. All right, I like that.
You're badass.
All right, so it is trapped. No,
It's a trap.
It's
there
whole
you go.
party wide. Thunder, lightning, fire.
Death and destruction. Cats and dogs living together. Sheer madness. You open up the door, and inside you see what looks like shattered bits of wood covering the floor. They're all kind of coated with a bit of ice. It's about 20 by 20, this room. 20 by 20. Ceiling in this room is only about 10 feet high. You kind of being a more martially minded kind of guy, you would notice that this is kind of like a former barracks. These look like parts of bed that were kind of ripped apart, broken, laying on the ground. You can see like small bits of fabric that might have been like a bed, and you do see a lock that's kind of rusted and frosted over. That looks like it might have been a chest where people would keep their personal belongings.
Room full of junk. Let's move on.
That's the one. Okay, so it does appear that there are, to use your shop, 2 stairways down, passageway south, and it does look like there's a pair of amber doors that are open directly across from you. But as you kind of close in and kind of look over in that direction, and Boozer kind of steps along up with the others, you see that there seems to be green lights kind of flaring from over there as well. Not as bright as the other chamber at all, but just kind of a weird green eminence. Not enough to light what you're seeing, but enough to hint you to it.
I'm gonna cast light on Boozer.
No.
Why not?
Because he has dark vision, and I can't put 2 sight lines on him. I'll just move Seth up there. He should be with Boozer anyway, so I'm just a lazy DM. All right, Boozer, you kind of look around the corner there, and you can see a pair of amber doors and some rubble kind of sitting in on this side of the doors as well. You're not sure how the door was closed, but it does look like it was shut amidst the rubble. The rubble doesn't look like it's from inside of this building. It looks like the door was it was either created in its space, or it was, you're not sure how it was shut. But you do see that there are arrow slits on either side of you, leading into small guard chambers. And you think you can see what looks like a body inside of the guard chamber to what would be your left if you're walking south, so the east wall.
Yeah, I'll check that door.
Okay, it's not a door.
It's just a slit.
An arrow slit, correct. It doesn't really look like there's any way for any one of you to get by, to get through. As the arrows, go ahead.
Can my mage hand fit through there?
It could, but you won't be able to really properly give whatever's on the other side a good inspection with just 10 pounds of kind of give.
How many mage hands do we have?
It's a good question.
Yeah, at least 2.
So the idea is that these are like murder holes?
Correct.
The real question is, how did they get in there?
Boozer, make a perception check. As you're kind of like looking through and paying attention, everyone else is kind of looking at the body as they take their ganders, but you're looking at the walls and going, but how do they get in there? And you can see that the back wall behind them looks like it's just a normal wall, but you can actually see the outlines of what appears to be a secret door. Some kind of push door that isn't supposed to be seen, but should be easily opened if you know where it's at. So you think that you would want to get through to the other side. And it looks like there's another, when you kind of turn and look at the other room as well, it looks like the other murder hole room has the same similar circumstance.
So I'll play around the walls
Okay.
on this room then, see if
Yep.
I can find that secret door.
You have no problems getting into this one. You would go in and you would enter into the other murder hole chamber on the opposite side of where you
There
want
is
to be.
nothing in this
It's empty.
chamber though.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll just come back out.
but test of theory, it's correct. You just need to get to the other side. It doesn't look like that one has a door though, from what you're seeing here. All right. Do you want to head across into the room with the open doors? And if so, are you doing so just normal pace, normal speed, normal, intensity?
I guess Cardiff should tell us where he wants us to go. It's his expedition.
Everybody, yeah. Seth will look back to Cardiff as well.
Well, didn't get quite far. So, I know downstairs is visitors' quarters. I remember staying there some time ago. But I don't quite remember more than that. Sir.
As you say that, make a history check for me. Yeah, you're spacing out. You don't remember exactly what this direction specifically. You remember walking through the hall or the main entryway, but you don't remember seeing the side passageways and stuff. This really isn't something you're aware of.
He's wearing a kind of pets his scarf.
So what do I see ahead of Boozer past the doors right now?
Sure. As you're kind of looking over there, you actually see that the light is actually emanating up out of this hole that's in the ground. And you're only really able to kind of tell it is lit because it's just kind of offset color different. Like it's a different gray than the rest of it. There's a hole in the ground, and there seems to be green light coming up out of it.
Bonus 122?
What's that?
I guess Bowden does have
Yeah.
120 vision.
It is. It's
Yeah.
from. It's set at 60 right now, though, from what I can tell.
Why do you have 120? Oh,
From my shadow thing.
Yes, you stand at one side of the room, I stand at the other. Whole map's uncovered.
Well, we can either go downstairs or go through this double door.
Let's check the double door.
Did we already talk about this big thing in the middle of this room?
Yeah, that's the statue. I think we need to look at it, but I worry because there are arrow slits on the other side. I feel like we need to go past those doors first, just in case.
Well, if you like fireballs.
so Boozer, you're just moving into the room then?
Yep.
Okay. As you do, you hear kind of a sickening, like screaming sound. It sounds like something kind of ripping through the air, and out from the hole, right before you, appears a ball of green fire. It appears to be a skull wreathed in green flame.
Another one of these bastards. I'll charge it.
It's floating above a hole. About 10 feet above a hole when it
I'll charge
finally
it.
comes up. Okay, if you're jumping to attack it, the chances of
Jump over the hole and then swing at it to go over the hole.
I like your style.
All right.
Oh my
because
God.
you'll be making an attack and effectively trying to get a point in the middle where you're possibly stopping. Go ahead and make me an athletics check to start. Good enough. All right. Go ahead and make an attack. I'll say you'll be making the attack with disadvantage. All right. So you swing and you miss, I think.
He has Clubby the Mighty?
No, that'll hit. Go ahead and deal
Yeah,
damage.
Clubby.
He has Clubby.
So just 17 points. All
So
right.
I'll land here, I assume.
On the opposite side, yeah.
Where the fuck did he get Clubby?
I found it.
Don't worry about it.
Santa? Something? I can't remember.
It was that quest, yeah. Hold on a second.
So Clubby goes way back.
Clubby
Oh.
goes way back.
That's Damn Bundle.
That's a damn bundle weapon.
Dambo Bundle. Bludgeoning. I'm just not resistant to it. It's not vulnerability. Okay, cool. You hit it really hard. Cracks kind of appear upon the skull. As you're gliding across the way, though, you look down and you see that there are two more motes of green flame, one just down a bit and one just about on its way up as well. So it looks like there's going to be two more incoming. All right.
I'll just yell out 2 arms.
All right. We'll go ahead and say that was a surprise round on it since it kind of popped up and you heard it coming. Go ahead and make initiative rolls, kids.
Tracker.
I had to remember how to do this. Collect token first.
Whoops, that shouldn't have been to GM.
It's fine. It still works.
Wait, Shadow, you have 22 decks?
Huh?
You have a +6 modifier?
Plus 5, plus I think the something else gives me a +6. I can't remember what exactly.
He has +5 dex, then +1 to his initiative from
Swashbuckler?
Being a
I think it's Stone of Fortune.
cat?
Something. There's something
Then-
that it's something that. Is everybody good?
Yes, sir.
Shadow, you're up first. You see Boozer kind of charge into the room. He yells a battle cry, just takes a swing, and then once he lands, he yells back out towards you. To arms! As he's yelling across the room and out into your chamber, you hear his voice hit you, and then bounce off the wall behind you, and then hit you again. It seems to be reverberating throughout this very large chasm. As you're kind of looking around to see what the effects of that are, you don't really see much, but you see that Searshaw probably has a look of panic as those eyes inside of the hood seem to step forward out towards the exit of the
Oh
hood.
no.
And you see a shape there that appears to be humanoid, but with a strange animalistic head.
So which direction is Shirsa looking that she sees that?
Oh, you can't tell because all of her eyes on her cloak are looking that
Yeah.
direction.
And Kai is to the east,
Boozer,
right?
yeah, to the east. He went through the
Boozer's
door.
to the east. Sorry.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go over here.
Kai's in Canada. It's north.
Kai's in Canada, right? Over here, I can't see a damn thing. I don't even. Where is he?
You're stuck in a door. Just move one forward. There you go.
Oh, I see him now. Okay. So just earlier, just as an FYI, Cardiff cast haste on Shadow.
Okay.
No, I
No.
did
You
not.
did not cast
yet.
haste. Oh, I'm
Not
sorry.
yet.
Okay.
I have
Not
not,
yet.
because it's only for a minute, and there would have been no time for me to have actually.
I understand. Sorry, I got that wrong. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna fire my force crossbow at it.
So you're drawing your force crossbow, taking the shot. Okay. Take a shot. All right. That'll hit. It doesn't seem to hit as strong as you'd. Oh wait, it's force. Hold on. Yeah, that'll hit normal.
And then
It is not adjacent, so no.
he's not adjacent.
Flame Skull's 10 feet in the air.
Oh, sorry.
Boozer
Okay.
landed.
I was just looking at squares.
Yeah, I was letting him get the hops to attack. It just sounded cool. That's why he attacked with disadvantage.
And then I would take the rest of my movement to sort of scoot outside the door
Okay.
and take the hide action or bonus action.
Sure. Absolutely. Make a stealth check. Saoirse, you're up. And yeah, you seemed pretty well hidden. Everybody behind you can see you just fine. I forgot to roll for Seth. I'm going to say he's going on 1. He's a patient guy, but I'm going to go ahead and get him on the board.
What's the giant thing I saw? It came out of the hood?
So there seems to be about an 8-foot tall creature inside of the hood of the statue. Think of the hood of the statue like a cave. Okay, imagine like it looks like it has a head in there, but there is no head in there. And then you see a form kind of step out to the edge of the mouth of this cave, and it appears to have a humanoid-like figure in robes, but the head of it appears to be bestial, like a dog or something, maybe a fox.
All right, for now, I'm going to assist with the skull.
Okay.
We got to get rid of this thing for now, but I'll just do acid splash for now. I'm going to keep an eye on this thing on the north.
All right. Acid splash, dex saving throw. Did it roll? That goes. Failure. I'll take 7 damage. 4 damage. 4 damage. Someone else is clicking buttons when they shouldn't be.
I was rolling myself. I didn't realize you could see that.
I can see all things. Okay. All right. Oh, it seems to have some sort of resistance to magic, but you are able to pierce it despite that with your acid splash. All right. Boozer, you're up. It is 10 feet off the ground, so you could jump up and attack it again. You're not sure what your footing is going to be like, and you do know that there are 2 more of those things below.
If I
Actually, scratch that. My turn. I totally forgot.
Can I see green light at all in there?
He should be emanating the light, yeah.
So I know that there's skulls in there, though, correct?
Correct.
Spread out?
Seth will move and then take the dash action. You say spread out as he passes
Yes.
you. So he's going to go ahead and go here. 35 would have been 1 square up more, but yeah, he'll go there. And he dashed to do it, and as he's doing it, you hear shh as he draws the sword. Strangely enough, Cardiff, when you see the blade pulled, you recognize it. It is a Dragon Slayer's sword. Boozer.
If I look down, I see the other 2 skulls coming up.
It looks like they'll probably arrive up above of this turn, yeah.
Are they on my side coming up, or are they on the other side?
It kind of looks like they're going straight through towards the middle. They're not really favoring a side. Kind of looks like a pre-programmed escalator kind of deal, or elevator kind of deal.
Okay. And you're saying the footing is bad if I try to jump and attack.
You may need to make an acrobatics check.
I'm not very good at that.
The hop, you're sure you can do, but the landing's the problem.
I'll just do it, whatever. So how many attacks can I get off with 1 jump?
I'd say 1. If you want, because you're taking the attack action, normally if you jump and you swing, you would get disadvantage. If you want to just use your entire attack action to do so accurately, I'll say you'll be able to attack 1 normally instead of 1 at disadvantage, like you did last time. Basically allowing you to kind of get the benefit of that second attack in changing it from being disadvantaged to normal.
Sure. So, do I roll athletic? No, I can just jump straight
So
up.
you'll make the attack first, and that'll hit damage. All right. So you see him kind of turn the club and then jump up and kind of swing with like an uppercut, hitting it. Oh, no need. Don't let me save you the trouble, buddy.
Oh,
You hit it so hard it breaks into pieces. The skull cap of it hits the ceiling and then bounces down the hole.
let's hope I don't fall with it.
Make an acrobatics check.
Oh,
You hit and you kind of move yourself on one foot, keeping the left foot away from the edge, and then kind of pivot, turn so that your back's to the hole for just a moment, and circle back around. You're good. And then you still have
nice.
movement. You've technically moved 10 feet for the purposes of jumping.
I'll just go there.
Cool. It'll go to them. 2 more flame skulls arise up out of the hole and take positions in the room. One was closer to the surface of the hole, so he gets a little further into the room. These are both at a 10-foot elevation. The one that is directly above the hole will cast the spell Blur on itself. And the one that moved in closer casts the spell Fireball outside of the door. And that would be Shadow, Searshaw, and Cardiff. That require dexterity saving throws, please.
Did you see that, John?
See what?
I'll just re-roll it. Fuck it.
Okay. You rolled a 4. Do you want a luck or?
Yep. Yeah, I'll luck it because
Okay.
that first one failed.
Mhm.
Failed to
10's
actually be a roll to you.
10's also a failure. Okay, so you'll take 31 points of damage. Searshaw.
Absorb.
Okay, that'll work. Searshaw kind of like, pushes herself down a bit, kind of covering herself up with her cloak, seeing the fireball coming in through a dozen different eyes. Shadow kind of just takes his cloak, pulls it around himself, and steps into the corner. As the fire cascades in its circular orbit, it kind of does not catch him in that corner. A master of movement and skill, and the rest of you do your things. You absorb elements that just gives you resistance. It doesn't take no damage. So feel free.
No, I'm doing it right now.
Okay. Take your damage. All right, and then again, the one that is floating above has the blur spell cast on it. All right.
I'll cast
Go ahead.
Haste on Shadow,
Okay.
and then I'll.
Run back and hide.
Yes.
Okay. It'll go to Bowden. Hey, Chris Edwards.
I'm here. I'm just measuring. Sorry. Move up. And cast a Ray of Frost on one in the front.
May not hit if it's like the skulls from last time.
Okay. That'll hit, and yeah. You see the ice kind of melt before it hits the skull of it. It doesn't seem to have any effect. You can make an Arcana check if you'd like.
I'm just going to tell him because I fought them last time. The Ray of
Yeah.
Frost is nothing.
Does nothing. Thinking about what they are and being from where you are, you would know that these are things known as flame skulls. They're made from the dead of powerful wizards, and they are immune to cold, fire, and poison damage. They're resistant to lightning, necrotic, and piercing damage, and they're also immune to a number of different conditions. With that roll, you wouldn't really know which, but you would also know that they are pretty potent spellcasters as well, each individually.
Should probably use some good spells on him, guys.
Right on.
All right. Seth is going to cast a spell. No, he's not. Yeah, he is. He's going to cast Sacred Flame on the one directly above him. And I get to play D&D with myself.
You need to play with yourself all the time, John.
Oh, you know it, baby. Takes 8 points of damage. Pretty sucky roll. Since you've moved far away, he's not going to do that. So yeah, it'll go to the end of his turn. At the beginning of the round, before anyone else rolls initiative, Sir Shah, you see the thing inside of the hood move its fingers about in a very familiar fashion, and then snap his fingers and throw out a mote of reddish energy in your direction.
Of course.
I need the two of you to go ahead and make dexterity saving throws, and same with you, Shadow. You three, Sirsha, Bowden, and Shadow. Seeing it cast the spell and seeing it kind of maneuver a bit, you recognize its form a bit more. It looks like a humanoid fox creature with kind of like a weird robe. I'll also allow you to make a Arcana check as well. You're pretty sure the creature that you're looking at is a creature known as an Arcanoloth, which is a type of fiend. They're basically secret hoarders, keepers of knowledge, but they're very powerful demons. Well,
We have friends.
fiends, really. So if you failed at DC 17, take 28 points of fire damage. If you succeeded, Shadow, you would take nothing.
Okay.
Immediately after the fireball is cast, Cardiff, you kind of see it emanate from that area because of the light of it, and can kind of see the creature as well. Not enough to be able to identify it, just knowing that it came where it came
There's
from.
a threat.
Yeah. And then immediately after it's done casting, it goes to black. But then you hear, "Whoa, you have one chance. Leave the temple or die with the knowledge of it here on the cold stone." All right.
Hello!
Shadow.
Wow. So
You don't remember anything about a weird fox creature in a statue?
absolutely not.
Cardiff, I mean, doesn't remember that.
You would still say hello. It's only polite.
So Shadow will pop out of cover, and one of the skulls is blurred, right?
Correct. The one that is above the hole. The one that is above ground is the one that just got hit by Sacred Flame.
Okay. So I will fire crossbow. I assume I have advantage, right? Because I was hidden. Remember?
Yeah, that's right.
And that hit. 24.
That will hit. And sneak
And
attack.
yeah. And I am haste. I have haste on me, so it's like a blur of motion. So I have an opportunity to make another
Problem.
force attack.
You're currently
Okay.
using. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, no reloading needed. Yeah, take a shot. I always remember that is a laser crossbow.
Always loaded.
Always loaded. Yeah, take another shot. Yeah, that'll work.
And how does sneak? Sneak is only once. Is
once
that
per
right?
turn. It doesn't matter though.
Okay.
You shoot it in one eye, and you can see the blue kind of ricocheting inside of it for a moment. leaving it, really close to Chad levels. And then you take the next shot and hit it square in the other eye, causing it to burst out the back of the skull. The face of it kind of just drags like a cinder to the ground as the back end of it kind of just goes inert and falls all over the place. It's dead.
And so he's moving really quickly. He's going to sort of say in a really quick voice to Seth, they need your help out there. And he's going to sort of take the rest of his movement and go up in here.
He gives a nod. And you can hear him yell, if you run closer to me, it'll probably be better for you.
And
Meet
I
you
would
halfway.
do the hide action, bonus action.
Make a perception check as well. So I needed, perception and stealth. Perception tells you that you kind of enter into this hallway, and the walls are completely glazed over with amber. It covers the entirety of the length of this chamber. It's 70 foot long, or it's longer than your sight can see. There is a door on the right side, and it does appear that there are arrow murder holes on the left side. From what you can tell, there appears to be kind of light, or no, not really. There might be something at the end of this hall, like another door. You're not sure. Can't see it. But you would notice that the black marble floor is cracked all throughout. It looks like it might be a bit of a treacherous situation crossing it. You're not sure. It looks like something very heavy was walking on on the stone.
Okay, so at this point, I'm just sort of staying still, finding a shadow, and hunkering down, waiting for my next opportunity.
Got it. Sirsha.
Shadow's waiting for a
Get in the
shadow.
room.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna cough at Seth because I need heals and I'm bloodied. And I will cast haste on Boozer.
Okay. Boozer, you're up. This one's blurred and floating above the line there. Doesn't look like he's coming down.
I'm gonna jump across here.
Okay.
Do I still need a
I
acrobatics?
just
for
love
that?
jumping over holes.
Because you're hasted, I'm going to go ahead and allow you to jump and attack. That's fine. And once you land on the other side, you can jump and attack again. However, what I'm going to say is just because I'm doing it my way. If you take the attack action and can take the attack action, and you want to spend your second attack to basically make it so you're not attacking with disadvantage, I'll allow that. If you're jumping up,
It wouldn't matter though because he's blurred.
yeah, you're gonna have disadvantage anyways.
Yeah.
So you might as well just take a couple of different. You're gonna be jumping over, jump up and down, basically trying to Mario slam into the bottom of it. Got it. Okay,
So I'll do it 3 times.
All right.
So hold on. I have 50 movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I got enough.
Go ahead and make 3 attacks, all with disadvantage. Miss or no, hit. Oh man. So yeah, you jump
I'm
across.
still standing at the last one. I'll smite.
Okay. Yeah, it would. The first 2 don't kill it, and you're smiting on the third one. You said. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll smite it.
So 10 more.
That's really gross.
Crazy enough, it's just enough. So yeah, you jump across, hit, turn around really quickly, and blur with your cloak kind of flurling around you. You jump straight across again, kind of bringing your weapon up underneath it and swinging, connecting again. And it seems to just be kind of spinning it in midair. And it's kind of like this just blurry spinning flame thing. And then you land, turn around, kind of charge your fist with divinity, jump across again with the might of Aguacy. You strike it again and kind of bat it into the wall behind it. And it kind of hits, bounces off of it, hits the ceiling, bounces off of it, hits the other wall, bounces off of that, and slams right into the hole. Dead.
I'll
Alright.
assume I used all my movements. I didn't really keep track, so I'm done.
I'm totally okay with that being the case. Flame Skulls will not act because it's not their turn. Cardiff, what are you doing?
Well, I just saw that, so I'm going to run 60, using a move and another move.
Double dash, do the dash. Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. Bowden.
Actually, I would move down here
Sure.
so I can kind of keep an eye out there.
Yeah, that's fine. Bowden will old man hobble because I don't think he has Discord. Right?
No, he's in here.
He's not
I thought
talking.
he
He said he
disconnected.
disconnected. He's gonna old man hobble into the room as well, just to save me a bunch of trouble. He had to dash to do it anyway. All right, Seth is going to move action to here. He's gonna push this door closed, and he's gonna move to here, and he's gonna use his action to push that door closed.
So he just closed Shadow in that room.
No. And then as a bonus action, he'll cast Healing Word on. He kind of looks to everybody, not sure. He's kind of looking to each one of you, waiting for someone to like say, "I need help."
Saoirse is like severely hurt.
Okay, casting on Saoirse. I'll get you in just a second. Hold on. I got a DM too. But that'll close the initiative game if you guys wanted to.
Are these doors of amber?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're fucking good.
So we're out of initiative at this point?
Correct. If you want to.
Wait.
Go back. Yeah. So I assume that Saoirse is going to tell us what she heard of the giant figure.
Or the Arcana?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's still out there. That's what was the shadow hidden within the statue there.
Yeah. The room that you're in right now, by the way, it looks very similar to the room that you were in to start, except that there's a big hole in the ground instead of a bunch of burnt mats, and the door to the north, instead of being closed with weird light glowing beyond it, is open to a broken up stone floor. I would like Saoirse and Boozer and Cardiff to make perception checks.
Shadow would definitely tell the others, especially Boozer, about the room with the unstable ground.
Boozer, being keen to stone work and such, the black marble that you see here, if it were to have been cracked like this, something of an immense weight would have to have been placed upon it. And from what you can tell, it looks like a number of these things were placed upon them in like a succession, almost like a march. Saoirse, you've dealt with heavier golems before. In fact, the last time you had sight from your own eyes was because of such a creature, and you remember what the effects that it had on the stone of the grounds in the cavern camp. And Cardiff, I said one from you as well.
I'm not. I'm actively. I'm not. I don't even. I'm not paying attention to that. I'm trying to figure out how to keep these things from reassembling.
Okay, sure. So I'm gonna do a couple things with Seth real quick. First things first, Healing Word. On Saoirse. Just give it a normal 1 level, so 6 hit points. You still good? Or
I'm fairly low.
Do you have any healing potions?
I do have one healing potion.
alright, he's gonna let's see. Ooh, I only got 2 of these, so like you're real bad? Like who else is real
No,
bad?
I mean I'll healing potion for now.
Okay, you're good then. How about you, Cardiff? How bad are you?
I mean, he's bloody.
Like bloody, just bloody, or like, oh gosh, I'm on death's door kind of bloody?
He's pretty bloody.
Okay. I'll go ahead and give you. Actually, Saoirse, since don't take that 6, take this instead. Because we're not in a fight, I wouldn't use Healing Word. I'd just, well, actually, go with the first roll. And then I'll have Cured Wounds on you, Cardiff. So take that 4.
Okay.
And
I'll touch Saoirse and Cardiff.
Still
Yep,
bloody.
that
Yeah.
age.
Okay.
He's not as.
I'll
bad.
go ahead and heal Bowden then, Boozer, and Seth will walk over to him, and I think I'm going to cast this spell. I'm just going to click it to see if it's what I want to do. Hold on.
Cardiff, you get 10.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, I never put that spell in. Hold on. It is from Xanathar's, which I have right here. Hold on. My computer will load my desktop.
Yeah, if we're gonna, we should. No,
Oh,
because
yeah, we
we would have spent some
definitely-
time in here, so they would have.
Was that guy
Well,
still approaching
action-wise, I
us?
mean, we literally closed the doors. We
It
healed.
doesn't seem like the guy's stalking us.
That's it.
Well, I mean, do we want to go fight him while we have haste?
I think it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
So, Saoirse, go ahead and do me a favor. And I told you what it was. Do you mention
Yep.
that to anybody?
I did. That's what I was saying
Okay.
to everybody here.
Cardiff, go ahead and make an Arcana check. Okay. Not terribly hard for you to realize what an Arcanoloth is. Arcanoloths are very powerful spellcasters, capable of casting only pretty much anything besides the most great, like, highest level of spells. They are masters of knowledge. And if there is one in this place that's defending it, you should do your best to try and avoid that creature. It
Okay.
is a pretty potent creature that you're pretty sure, if given the circumstances, will destroy you with ranged spells, pretty much nullifying the abilities of your frontline fighters. And
Basically,
probably decimating you
kill
guys
us.
with your squishiness. Yeah.
I think
Just
that's-
enchant.
It doesn't
That-
seem like it's chasing you. It seems like it's only guarding that main chamber. Do me a favor, Saoirse, roll 48.
Nice roll.
That's a good one.
Okay. You see Seth kind of like reach his hand onto his chest, and you see black energy start to emit from his hand into his own body, and you see him kind of start to like keel over in pain from his own touch. And then once he's like drawn whatever it is he's drawing from himself, he reaches over and touches Bowden Knock and heals him for all of the hit points. That times 2.
Wow.
Dang.
Life transference. You take 29 points of damage, you heal 58 points of damage. Or you draw a line on the map for some reason.
I think Edward's just putting his kids to bed.
They're not his kids.
Some kids.
I
Never mind. I don't want to know.
just,
So the only way it seems to go is to this room to the north. Yes.
There's a door here, which I think
Oh,
will
okay.
lead to the
Murder hole.
murder
Yeah.
hole. Yeah.
If you want to open it, yeah, it will lead into a very similar chamber to the one that you saw on the other side. And then you push open the door on the other side, and then you can enter into the room with the dead body in it.
Did the body have anything on it? We search.
If you are going over to search it, yeah. Let's see. Bear with me here. So it looks like it's completely frozen over and frosted, but it does appear to be holding a wand.
I'm gonna
I'll
shadow.
let the casters know.
The wand has a kind of a bronze or brass rather cap at its pommel, and it seems that the wood of it is kind of 2 pieces that are twisted into a helix and seem to merge at a single point at the top. It's very intricate, but at the bottom of it, it seems to have, like the pommel engraved in the cap, it has a very strange symbol, which Cardiff, you would recognize as the symbol of the Demon Prince of Deception, Vice Destestionen.
I'll tell the party about it, but I'm not going to touch it because I might break it.
The last time we touched a magic item in here, it turned someone insane.
Yeah, if you take up the wand and spend a little bit of time with it, you pretty easily figure out it's a wand of secrets. Just kind of knowledge from the past, kind of in this place. Wand of secrets, basically, when you're in a room, you can expend one of its 3 charges, and the wand pulses and points you towards nearest secret door or trap within 30 feet of you.
That's not bad.
It's not terrible.
That is not bad.
Should be
Doesn't
able to see
require
it.
attunement or anything.
Doesn't.
Well, who wants to hold on to it?
Not me. It's too fragile for me.
I'm gonna give my decanter to Shadow for a bit. Ask that you go ahead of us, and where you see those arrow slits, start pouring the decanter water.
Okay, I can do that.
And while he does it, I'm gonna start freezing it over those holes.
Okay, so you're freezing over the murder holes, is what you're saying?
The arrow slits on the side here, so I don't want
Okay.
that guy to be able to reach into us.
Basically, by the time you're able to kind of coat those, that'll be 3 more, so you'll be down to like 2 rounds left on your haste. There's a door in the hallway, if you want to examine that. If anybody else wants to do anything else, there's a hole in the ground in that room that you left. Wasn't much more to it besides.
Were we able to see like the end of that hole, or was it?
I
Like,
can
Yeah.
see the end of this hall.
Then
No,
the
the hole. The hole.
hole. Yes, you certainly can. There is a floor.
Oh, so we could go down that hole. It's not like
That
super deep that we might die.
Is a potential option. That is correct.
Okay.
Cardiff uses the wand here.
And when you go over to inspect the hole and stuff, I need you to make a perception check.
Well, I think we're going down the hall.
Well, I know you were checking the hole, and because you hadn't really done so for sure outside of Mario jumping. Okay, great. So south of the hole, directly south of the hole, there appears to be another weird door wall, similar to the passageways into the murder holes.
And Shadow would mention as he's going down this hallway that it looks like there are stairs downward through one of these little rooms.
Okay.
Guess I'll try to find the way through the wall then.
Sure. All right.
Well, I think Cardiff used the wand.
I mean, I used the wand, so.
Well, if you activate the wand, you would see that there. I mean, he's already kind of got to it, so
Right, yeah,
I won't say
that's
waste
fine.
of a
I'm just-
charge, but fair enough.
Burn to charge.
You know for sure that this is the secret door and it opens. The chamber inside that you find here. Sorry, hold on a second. It appears to be a secret kind of repository. It seems to be filled with scrolls.
Oh, I think this is what the old man wanted. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ, man. We went on the wrong side of this dungeon. Okay, well, haste is gone. I'll be in here forever.
Yeah, we're gonna
Bye,
short
guys.
rest while he reads.
Yeah, so you guys go into there. And you would see that there appears to be quite a lot of scrolls. Quite a lot.
I mean, we have like 3 spellcasters here. Let's all just fucking.
As you kind of start touching them, though, a couple of them start kind of just falling into dust. It looks like most of these are pretty much fallen to the elements. You do manage to find 3, though, that look like they might be usable. They're all written in Dwarvish.
I speak Dwarvish.
Perfect. So.
Oh, wait, no, I speak Draconic. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't, but I would cast Comprehend Languages.
Sure. And once you kind of understand it, you can cast the spell. That's fine. The 3 spells that you find are
Unless anyone else speaks Dwarvish, we could do it faster.
I speak Dwarvish, but I'm not interested.
Sure.
Okay.
You would find this spell Life Transference for Wizard or Sorcerer or Arcane Caster, which is a spell that was just used moments ago by Seth. You would find the spell Wall of Water, which is also a 3rd level spell. And then you'd find a scroll for a 2nd level spell called Shadow Blade. These 3 spells are in Xanathar's Guide to Everything. And I'll go ahead and get those written up as soon as I can.
Does anyone have Dispel Magic? Because that's what our last party had to do with these flame skulls.
Yeah.
I haven't leveled in a long time, but I want to get Dispel Magic.
Sure. After Seth has kind of done his life transference thing and healed himself up as well, if you guys are spending some time here, he does spend a little bit of time performing a ritual. And it looks like he's consecrating the ground and using the spell's ritual ceremony to basically consecrate the ground. As he does so, you can notice that the time that it took, like the 20 or so minutes that you guys were spending waiting, the bones were kind of moving, but once he finishes the spell and completes the ceremony, the bones no longer shift. The bones seem to be laid to rest.
Nice.
Are we here enough for a short rest? Since the other guy's not following us?
Seth says, I wouldn't mind a short rest. I could use some hit points back. I was going to use some spells, but if you guys are okay with waiting, that'd be fine. And as he finishes the ritual, it's been about 10 or so, 15 or so minutes, you hear a very loud thud sound come from down the hallway to the north. Seth kind of looks at the doors and kind of looks at everybody. He looks to Boozer, and he runs towards one of the doors. Boozer, are you running towards the other?
Close that thing.
We heard it from the north, right?
Yeah. He kind of...
I'll ask Saoirse if she can see what's coming before I just shut this door.
Sure. He's on his side, ready to move his door. And Saoirse, as you kind of look down the hallway, you see a very large golem. It appears to be made completely out of amber, step around the doorway, and its footfalls seem to be set exactly where you would expect them to be for the stone to be broken up as it is. And it seems to be heading in your direction. Seth looks at you and seems to be waiting, as I'm sure Boozer is as well.
Well, I found what's making this mess. There's a golem up ahead.
Do we fight it, or do we close it? What do we do?
Well, let's just close it for now, since
Okay.
Cardiff is busy.
You guys push the doors closed. Pushing the doors closed doesn't require much, but opening the doors will require a strength check.
Do we still hear?
Oh yeah, it's
thumping
thud,
approaching?
thud, 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 thud.
If it gets closer, then we should probably tell Cardiff to snap out of it.
Okay. Yeah, you hear it coming straight towards the door.
So just the exits to this room are?
You can go back into the chamber with the Arcana Loft, or
Can we go down this hole?
you can go down the hole, or you can go into the murder hole room and try and squeeze through the fitting there. Seth holds his position at the door. What are you doing, Wizard?
Have they never fought a golem in here? Like, is this something we want to avoid, or can we just kill it?
I haven't fought golems in here.
To be fair, real quick, when I said golem to you, Saoirse, I didn't mean construct. I meant
It's a
actual.
big creature.
I meant actual golem.
Yeah.
This is a real deal golem, whereas in the past you fought constructs, automatons. This looks like it's an actual mage-crafted golem.
Okay. For the purposes of what's going on, I don't know what these scrolls are because we don't have enough time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Actually,
10 minutes. It took 10 minutes to cast ceremony.
right. So I guess yeah.
You would know what they are, and you'd be able to use them. That's fine.
Okay.
I'm going to set a rope so that we can possibly get down the hole if we need to.
We got company coming, so we should decide what we want to do.
As you guys are standing there, Seth has got his shoulder to the door and is kind of looking at you guys, waiting for some action. As the footsteps getting really close, Boozer, they stop. You're stone cunning enough to know that it's right on the opposite side of the door. And if you look at the the translucent, well, semi-transparent material of the amber, you're almost certain you can see the shape of the golem on the opposite side. Seth's kind of looking at you, and in one hand he's kind of holding his sword, kind of just blade set against the stone, ready to draw it up and engage. But he also is kind of looking at you like he's not going to make the first move.
Well, if it's not coming in, then let's rest. We wanted to rest.
So
He kind of
I think
he stays near the door though, but he will agree. He kind of looks like he's not ready to jump right into the fray at all.
So yeah, Cardiff can take an hour reading his
if you
stuff.
guys take a bit of time, you would hear the marching again of the golem as it seems to walk back up the hall towards the room it came
So yeah,
from.
let's take our short rest.
So golems, they're very fucking heavy, right?
Golems are very fucking heavy. Correct.
If they happen to fall in a pit, or you throw a pit at their feet, they're pretty much just gonna fall in that pit, right?
Might
can't
be the
really
case,
get out.
yeah.
Okay.
gotta be a deep pit though.
I have an idea.
He starts to scratch a patch on his robe.
Okay.
You see, I could summon a pit of sorts on the ground and underneath the golem, perhaps invisible. Just plop that right down there. Yes. Perhaps he'd be stuck. Maybe he'd climb out. I don't know, but it'd be great. It'd be grand.
Seth kind of looks at you with like that look that a person who thinks someone is a complete insane person. That's the look he's giving you, like you're a completely insane person. And he kind of says, I think if we can just avoid it, we should probably just avoid it. And this seems to be working, so...
Let's just rest for now, and we can maybe go down the hall if it's not coming. If we run out of options, we'll fight it when we have to go out.
That's fair. He kind of looks at Boozer with a bit more respect. That's fair.
Wizard smiles, missing teeth.
Yeah, he didn't seem to be trying to be like disrespectful or anything. It just, yeah, it's a pretty dumb idea. So, anyways, he kind of says, "Did you find anything interesting in there?"
Yes, a number of scrolls, one of life transference, a wall of water, and a shadow blade. I believe it's called. I've never heard of it.
Nothing I can cast. Enjoy it. I'd suggest keeping them for possible transcribing later. And he kind of nods.
Shadowblade's really nice.
Yeah,
Oh
so
yeah,
you're-
definitely. I just can't quite. I mean, it's not useful for me, but perhaps someone else.
Can
use
I
it.
roll my hit dice then?
Yeah, we're short resting. Seth kind of says, as you guys are resting, our options are we can go back up that hallway, and about halfway through your short rest, you hear the golem start walking back down the hallway, and then it stops, and then it walks back up to the north. Cardiff, being a chronomancer, realizes that this is happening at 30-minute intervals. It's taking a guard's walk down the hallway.
Okay.
Shouldn't have wasted all that fucking recovery on him, since he's just a bitch. Anyway,
I would cast.
we go down the hole.
Boozer, would you like to have like 2 charges of absorb elements instead of 1 shield, 1 absorb elements?
No, it's fine. Shield can be useful too.
If something gets lucky and doesn't crit, yeah, can be great.
Can everybody hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
Okay.
What'd you miss?
Everything, because my internet died and then my sound died on the laptop once the internet.
An Arcanoloth was inside of the statue in the center of the main chamber. It fireballed you and Searshaw. You guys all rushed into the room while the Flame Skulls were defeated by Boozer. And then you guys shut the door behind you, found a wand of secrets, which is currently in the possession of Cardiff, and then you heard a strange rustling from the north. Found out that there's this big golem kind of on the opposite side of the hall from you guys. Shut the doors, kept yourself safe, took a long rest. You didn't need to heal any hit points because Seth used life transference to give you all of the hit points that you were down to 4. So basically just refreshed all of your hit points with that spell. Had he known you were going to take a short rest right after, he wouldn't have cast it.
Okay. Got it.
Now you guys are deciding what you're going to do next. There's a hole in the ground which you can use. There is a 30-minute window to get to this door in the center of that chamber. You could go back and deal with the Arcanoloth again, or you can try and secret across the balcony again, back to the main chamber, and then try and fight the flame skulls on the other side.
No, the hole's right here. I say we go down the hole.
Oh.
Is right here.
Well, what I'm gonna suggest is this. I can cast darkness on myself, and I can see through that darkness. Now, if we daisy chain behind me, and I lead the way, we might be able to sneak past some of these things.
Yeah, and if they see you in a big globe of darkness, this is Seth talking, by the way.
Yeah, you know.
Then they're going to throw a fireball into the globe of darkness. And it doesn't matter if they can see you or not. You're going to crumble like a burned, scorched old fool. I would suggest having me or the dwarf go in front of you to take the brunt of those fireballs and not blind the entirety of your party for that silly idea. The hole sounds good. And he kind of walks over to Boozer and casts his lot with the dwarf.
Oh, fine, the hole it is.
Yeah, Seth is pretty much working in a retirement home. That is correct. And Searshaw is also a part of it. She's an old blind lady.
Oh,
Oh,
that's so funny.
who has visions. There's a crazy fox creature over there. Yeah, bullshit. I guess she was right. I guess that one was right. She's good on that one. Seth pulls out this strange black rope and kind of looks it over, says a command word, and the rope casts itself down the hole. I found this back in the treasury. I don't know why anybody didn't take it.
Really?
Yeah, I'll take my own magic items. Fuck you.
No, that's great.
It's a rope. It's the rope of climbing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What happened to? I thought Aramel had that.
No, Aramil traded it to Chai, and then
I thought Chai had it, and then he died, right?
died. Yeah.
Oh.
Something.
Well, he left all his gear, and then he left. Yeah. But anyways, he says another arcane word, and the rope knots itself. Should be an easy enough climb for you old geezers.
Shadow will slide down first.
Fair enough.
I'll follow a second.
Okay.
Let me get down before you do it.
Seth will toe the line, but if you want Shadow to go and scout ahead, we got to play a different game here. Hold on.
Let me go fully down before you do it, Boozer.
Are you wanting a stealth? Is this something
Yeah.
you're wanting to do?
Scout, dude.
That's I got message to get back some notes from Shadow.
Have fun.
Once you get down into the hole, you realize that you're in a pretty small room. It's, well, small comparatively. It's not terribly small. It has a single door to the north, but you see that you're surrounded, flanked on 2 sides, and then one to the south, with these amber just blocks. They have spots on top of them where it looks like skulls were sitting, possibly the ones that you just dealt with. But you would notice that they also have the bodies of long dead mages that look like they've kind of been mummified within.
Yeah, I don't see anything at the moment.
Shouldn't have.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
You can also hear automatically there's some talking kind of coming from the other side of the door.
Okay. So I'm gonna scoot back up the rope and report what I saw.
You don't need
I-
to.
Oh, I thought you
Message.
could. Yeah, that's right.
You're
Got it.
invisible.
I'm invisible and a message. Okay. So, can I
Wait,
get closer
we
to
have
the door
message?
then?
Yeah,
Shirsa has it, yeah.
certainly.
Nice.
And sort of look through and listen.
Okay. 1 second here. You hear 3 voices, female in nature. No, I can't believe he sent us here. There's no point in watching these gifts. They're so inert. They're so wasteful. I know, it's just pathetic. I don't understand why Lord Volgrad wants us to come down here. It's pointless. It's worthless to guard these things. So what? Doesn't matter if they find them. It's not like Soyumabi is going to come into the temple. He can't. He's barred. They barred him long ago. I hate it. I hate it all. How long do you listen? I can continue doing this for hours if you want.
It's pretty entertaining.
Fair enough. It sounds like 3 women, one with a slightly lighter voice, one with a slightly deeper voice, and one with just middle ground voice, kind of talking. It sounds like they mentioned a couple of names. Vogrod is the person that they serve, and So Yim Abbey seems to be someone that they mentioned that they might be defending this place from. If you kind of listen a little bit longer, you hear, do you think those upstarts who came in to the east or the west passage were servants of Soyum Abbey? Oh no, certainly not. They weren't dead. He only has people who are dead serve him, not like our master. Yes, not like our master. Oh God, let us live.
Okay. I'm going to check out the amber just really quietly and see what's going on here. There's something encased in it you mentioned?
Yeah, are you inspecting it very closely?
Sure.
You touch the stone. And when you do, hold on a second.
Kaboom!
First off, make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, shit. That's really bad. Never said I touched it, by the way.
You said you inspected it closely.
It's true.
Okay. And this one is 33A. When you touch it, am I in the right room? No, not. Okay, 33A West. You hear a voice enter into your head, and you kind of see this strange kind of visage kind of just lingering in your field of vision. A woman, her face covered with all sorts of sores, leaking and oozing. And she says, I'm Thekre. You are Shadow, and I can see into your heart. You desire power. That is why you have not tried to cure your curse. You were-being. Do you wish to spread immense power across the world for your own purposes, for your own goals? I give you this gift if you willingly accept it. The ability to spread your malice, your desire across the world. Yes or no?
Nope.
Nah, son.
I'm not really very angry.
Okay. You kind of hear this as you kind of snap away from it and kind of pull your hand away from it, like, it just seems to be some kind of weird, strange effect of touching the sarcophagus. You do not accept the gift. But
No way.
you realize that there is one there.
So I guess all of this, I'll summarize for Shirsa.
Okay. That gift thing, it's bad.
Bad.
You believe her though. You think that whatever she's given, that would definitely give you some power to just spread your anger across the world.
So, I mean, I just got a question for you guys. If you touch that and the person talked to you, would you accept the gift? Because if so, I'm just gonna fucking throw you down that hole and fireball you like that.
Well, you're asking them before they get the opportunity to. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
He's asking.
I mean, it's kind of blatant, like
Seth kind of
that.
shrugs.
It's bad, right? Like you understand that
Seems kind of bad.
seems kind of bad, right?
Seth kind of shrugs and he says, "If the reports are true, you're receiving a gift from a dead being, right?" That kind of goes
Tell
against
the rest.
everything I stand for as an Osirian.
Right. So let's not rush in the room and just touch every statue. Okay.
Brilliant plan.
Was this the same kind of statue that gave the gifts to the others?
Yes.
Cardiff,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Exact same.
if you guys are heading down, let me go ahead and get your tokens down here. Hold on.
Oh no. I'm still.
There's 3 distinct voices that Shadow heard.
Yeah.
3 distinct voices through a door to the north, so be quiet.
Uh-huh.
You're still invisible, Shadow. So
I know,
I'll
but
be
they're
as
coming
quiet
down now.
as I can be.
I know. Crunk.
If you guys are all coming down, let me just move your tokens here and snatch them
Yeah.
all up.
There you go.
And I need everybody to go ahead and make a stealth check.
Cardiff doesn't stealth.
Just roll it anyways.
Okay.
Everybody's trying to be stealthy. You're not. I mean, you may not be as good at it, but
I'm oblivious.
you're gonna still give it a try.
I got a 6.
All right. So you guys descend down into the room and kind of settle down. Boozer kind of comes down pretty heavily since he was coming down next. Searshaw kind of comes down after. Shadow, you didn't need to make another one, but Searshaw kind of comes down and just is a mess climbing this rope. Her eyes keep on getting distracted from her cloak as she's looking at all these amber sarcophagi, and she just kind of like steps onto the ground really loud with a loud clap of her foot, and just really noisy. At that point, Shadow, your ears kind of do that cat-like twitch and kind of shift towards the door as you hear the voices stop. Cardiff gets down pretty quietly, and you're like kind of a breath of relief as you think you hear them talking again. And says, "Did you hear something?" "I don't think so." And then the old man Bowden steps to the ground just like a loud thud, like he dropped a good foot or so to hit the ground. "There's something in there. Do you think that came from above? Whatever it is? Or is it those stupid skulls? We better check."
Should we just charge? Let's just charge. So I'll just knock down the door and go in.
Alright. Okay, so
Let's
hold on real quick. Everybody else, because he just said what he said he's doing, everybody else make a dexterity saving throw. If you get over a 15, you can act in the surprise round. And Shadow. Okay, so Shadow and Boozer are fleet of foot enough to kind of catch on. Once you kick open the door, you see that there are 3 women with large, just wide-brimmed caps, pointed, kind of looking at you with haggish-looking faces. And they all kind of
worth smashing.
seem to be holding broomsticks in their hands.
It's just what I always wanted. How you doing,
Really
baby?
loves it.
That a dwarf! What is that?
I'll just go to the closest one and attack her.
You just smash.
Do I get my 2 attacks or just 1?
Both attacks. Hit and hit because surprise. Alright. You run over to her with the first attack. You hit her so hard she starts to just buckle. You see this large welt on her face and blood just kind of spraying out of her eye socket as you hit her in the side of the face. You're pretty sure the first hit kills her. Did you have any more movement?
If I started from the door, I do, yeah.
Okay. You kind of Lancelot step forward, just killing the next thing in sight. You hit a torch or a little sconce of like flowers that's just there. Knock that down too. Fuck it. And then smash her. This was a Monty Python attempt. It failed. But yeah, you go ahead and step in and smash on her. And hit and kill her too. Yeah, she falls to the ground. Shadow, you pop in. Surprise. Sex. And Yeah, what are you doing?
I'll use my short sword.
Yeah, you run over and just stab her in the chest. Go ahead and roll sneak attack. Ah! As you like puncture through her chest, you can just see like her sickly blood just popping out of her robes. Her head snaps back loudly, and blood just vomits out of her mouth as she kind of just cascades as a shower of mess away from you. They all drop their brooms as they hit the ground, and they all seem to be nice and dead.
Great. Let's grab those
everyone's okay
brooms.
with that? I didn't really read the memo, but I don't think we were expecting friendlies down here, right?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Seth
Did the right thing.
looks at them as he walks past, and he says,
Murder machines.
"It seems fair. We're in a hostile territory. They weren't friends."
Well, if they were guarding those statues,
Well, they're guarding it from the wrong end, I guess. He shrugs.
Are you interested in these brooms?
Who are you asking?
Cardiff, Shirsa, Bowden.
If you bring him to my attention, I'd
Yes.
look at it.
I would like to have a look.
Okay, you guys are picking up the brooms. They look like regular brooms to you. If there's magic in them, you aren't sure what it would be.
I'd put a broom in my bag of holding.
Bowden, I'll go ahead and let you make an Arcana check on those.
Broom of flying would be pretty sweet.
You're not sure. You're pretty sure that they aren't very potent magically. Looks like a simple charm, but you aren't sure what it is. There's a door to the east. Looks like a passageway to the north. Looks like an exact mirror of the passageway that you recall on the opposite side of the hall, Cardiff. It looks like there are a couple more doors on the right side, just left closed.
Okay.
I'll open this door.
Okay. When you do, you see that there are another 3 sarcophagi. And real quick, make a history check with double your proficiency bonus there, cool kid.
6, I think.
Sure. We'll go ahead and give you advantage on that, so you can take the other one. This one's kind of your forte. You'll understand when I tell you. So you're pretty sure that if you beat the fuck out of that amber with your hand or with your club for maybe a minute or so, you'll break the shit out of it and destroy whatever magic's inside. It's one of those circumstances where if you wanted to take these things out so that no one else could use them, you could. But if you want to leave them available for others to use their dark gifts, you could do that as well.
I'll tell the party if they want to take a moment.
let's break them.
Destroy them, yeah.
Sure.
All
I'll
right.
start on this room if someone wants to get the other room.
Everyone just kind of looks at you waiting. Yeah, no, you got it.
Have fun with your baseball bat.
He basically just goes clubbing and smashes the shit out of all 3 of them, not learning at all what the powers inside are, or
Hey, don't
seduced for a second.
give a
They
fuck.
could be.
Now, would I know if like the statue had been destroyed? Could I take the amber, collect the amber,
You would
just
know
a
that
piece of it for study?
for study, sure, yeah. As you're kind of making a bit of noise and smashing down there, I'm assuming you guys are kind of keeping watch around the corner there. And Shadow, you see a form kind of come around the corner as you're kind of looking over that way. It looks familiar to you if you've ever traveled with this specific adventure. You see Chai come around the way.
Oh,
He
how
goes,
does he look?
Hail. He looks normal. He's in his armor. His arm's still kind of warped from the fireballs, all the fireballs, but he looks fine. He looks over at Cardiff and he says, "Why'd you come back here?"
Well, it was my wish to destroy the evil in this temple.
I came back here so that he wouldn't come for you.
Well, I wanted to save you.
You can't save someone who sacrifices themselves. You're really just doing a disservice to the spirit of what I tried to do.
Well, you should know that
He kind of looks at
patriots.
Searshaw and Boozer. Boozer coming out of the room, just covered with amber dust. And he says, I would have expected a bit more out of you two. Didn't you know what I said? Didn't you understand why I came? Did they tell you or no?
Of course, they shared with us back at camp, but Sears is just a loss for words right now, seeing him.
Just don't understand why you would come out here like that. It's just a foolish move. He knows you're here. The seer saw you. There's no chance you'll ever escape this place alive. And as he says that, you see him reach up towards his helmet and grab the face mask, like its lower portion, and pull it away. And for the first time, you think ever, you see the pale alabaster skin of Chai, of the fallen Asimar, that rests beneath the armor. But what you also see is that there's blood dripping from his lips, and he slightly opens his mouth to reveal fangs. As he does so, his normally vestigial wings open up to reveal a wingspan of about, I'd say, 15 feet. Black feathers kind of just cascading up around him. And as he kind of takes his stance, you see that he's holding a very nice looking black steel blade, and he has a shield set and ready. Ready yourselves. Roll initiative.
Oh, we get to go at Chai. Oh, God.
Vampire Chai.
Vampire Chai.
And a little bit of blood in that latte.
Ouch.
The mages go before you? What is up with that?
That's sick.
Well, I was talking to him, so it only makes sense.
Oh, this motherfucker's getting a goddamn fireball in the face, let me tell you.
Okay. Cardiff. Yeah, first, he's right there. He is definitely a villain, and you have a clear line for such a spell as Fireball.
Move here?
No, you can't go there.
Why not?
Oh, there's fine. Looked like you went into the stone for a second there. I was confused.
No.
Okay. And then? Okay. All right, so he will have an advantage on the saving throw. And clickety do. Still fails. All right. Cool beans. Hold on a second.
Move here. Should I just hang out?
Oh, sorry. I apologize. There was a thing that was supposed to happen, and that first initial thing. We're still going to go with that saving throw for my check, but I just want to make sure. Everybody in the room within 60 feet. Actually, it would have been more than 60 feet. Yeah, 60 feet. Who would have that been?
Well, I was in here. I was right here.
Okay, my measuring tape's not working. Somebody give me a...
I'm 55 feet.
Okay, so it would have been everybody.
Yeah.
Except for Boozer. Everybody make a charisma saving throw. God damn.
Nice rolls.
Really nice rolls. And Seth. Let's see. Fucking biggest attempt to do it. And it's the only one that fails. +7 to the fucking check, and he still fails. Okay. Alright, well, it looks like Seth is frightened. Alright, then you move and you cast slow. And it looks like his form, when he did that, it appears to have kind of become more covered with like a necrotic energy. Every time like a black wisp kind of passes over his face, it seems that he becomes more skeletal or ghostly with each passage of these weird shades that are now encircling him. Okay. Cardiff good. Bowden neck. You are up. Okay. The second it hits, he raises his hand up, and you can see the black mark on his hand kind of emanate. The fireball detonates all around him, and you're pretty sure you've just obliterated him with your fire. Once the fire kind of stops, you see that he's just standing there, completely unsinged.
Well, that was a waste.
Can I try and understand what he just did?
Make a Arcana check, if you wish
The
to try
fuck?
and understand what just happened.
May I roll that as well on my own?
Yeah, yep. Cardiff, good. Searshaw, one shy. The effect that he just created was similar to the effect of a magical item that you know of as a Ring of Evasion. If he has such a ring, but you don't see it on his person.
Now, I remember the talk that he had, correct?
You remember, you didn't hear the talk that he had with the item. No, it didn't talk out loud. It talked
Oh, okay. I thought it was an aloud.
It was between him and this stone. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Definitely perturbing.
Because I mean, I remember the.
Boozer?
That's kind of neat.
Oh, I guess I got a little distracted from my smashing, so I'll step out to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm. You see Chai hanging out.
Chai. Haven't seen him in a bit.
Looks like he's a villain now.
I'll dash.
Okay.
I'll stay here and I'll bonus action Shield of Faith.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Sounds good. All right, bear with me here for a second. All right, let me see here. Now, your slow says, if the creature attempts to cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action, roll a 20-sided dice on an 11. The spell doesn't take effect until the creature's next turn. And the creature must use its action on that turn to complete the spell. Okay. Affected by the spell, makes another wisdom saving throw. At the end of its turn, on a successful save, the effect ends. So I'm going to make a ruling here, because it doesn't really clarify. I'm going to attempt to cast a spell at Boozer on this turn. I'm going to roll my 20-sided dice. If it goes lower, I'm going to then make a wisdom saving throw at the end of my turn. If I succeed, the spell will take effect now, because it really doesn't say if you're no longer slowed, does it keep not taking effect?
Well, I mean, he would end. His slow would end at the end of his turn, so his somatic,
Right.
his components of casting it would be slowed.
No, I get what you're saying, but here's what I'm saying. Like, I guess that kind of makes sense there too. But then the whole next turn, when he's not slowed, he's still casting the spell. Do you get what I'm saying? Would he still be casting the act or using his action on the next?
Well,
turn?
it's only he's casting it for 6 seconds.
Yeah, I get
right.
you.
And it would end at the end of the 6 seconds. So instead of it taking precedent at the end,
It'll take the beginning of his turn. It'll
the
cast.
beginning of his turn on the next.
Okay, so you're saying that's a good agreement then. He will not, if he succeeds his wisdom saving throw, he will not have to spend his action on his next turn, but it won't.
But it'll take
the
effect.
spell won't happen until then. Got it. Fair.
That sounds
fair. All right, D20 roll first. Could just nullify the whole argument, and it does. He will cast on you, Boozer. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. The DC is actually wrong. What is his spell save DC? Charisma. So
I failed.
okay.
Absorb elements.
Does that absorb necrotic?
Absorbs all elements.
Necrotic's not an element.
Well, maybe not. Let's see.
Yeah, check
You
the
get
list.
resistance.
I rolled really bad on those dice. Not too bad, actually.
No, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so 32 points of necrotic damage.
You have resistance to the triggering damage type.
Self, range self.
He has the ring.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I guess that would work. You have resistance to the triggering damage type.
No, but it's to acid, cold, fire, lightning, or
Yeah,
thunder.
the reaction should
Oh.
also have when you take acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cheater.
Well, I mean, I just...
That's fine.
Hey, man, I had to type it in my own.
32 points of damage, and then he'll make a saving throw to get rid of slow. Again, he has advantage on the saving throw. Success. He's no longer slowed. Okay, that was on Shy's turn. Oh, I totally fucked this up. I had this all worked out in my head. See, the second we went into a fight, I was supposed to do.
Hey, John.
Hey, yeah.
It says on an 11 or higher, the spell doesn't take an effect until the next.
I rolled a 15.
Yeah, on an 11 or higher, the spell doesn't take effect. So you would have to roll low. So he hasn't. Boozer technically hasn't taken that, or hasn't taken that damage yet.
If the creature attempts to cast a spell with a casting time of 1 action, the player rolls a d20. Got it. Okay. Well, I rolled a d20 like a turd. That's fine. So he'll take it at the start of Chai's turn. Okay. Shut up.
Yeah, we're just gonna fire a crossbow and hope for the best.
Okay.
I say to Shershaw, I'll haste Boozer.
No, well, my question is, if it's not taken effect yet, does that mean he's currently still casting that
He
spell?
has- Yes.
He's
So
slowly casting the spell.
So
that
I can
does
stop
that miss,
that
John?
spell.
With counterspell?
Well, I can polymorph him, right?
Yeah, if that works.
Oh my god, that's so great.
So,
Make-
John, I assume that misses.
Yeah, it does. Make an Arcana check, though, Saoirse. Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and attempt to polymorph. That's fine.
I'd like to just scoot in the door here and use the hide action.
Sure.
I say to Saoirse, I'm going to haste Boozer.
Saoirse, you're up.
You're going to haste Boozer, and he just, ugh. You ruled polymorph, the creature's alignment still stays the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Instead of polymorphing Chi, I think I will polymorph Boozer.
Okay.
He's level 6, so I can't do T-Rex. I think I can do Ape.
I'm super sad about that, but it's fine.
Well, he's already taken the haste, so
No.
I will
I was
haste
gonna-
him. He's not
yeah.
hasted yet.
So
he will be aced.
what creature are you turning him into?
I have to check the rating. I think Boozer can be an ape.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta double check here.
An ape with Clubby the Mighty?
She said,
Yes.
She said 8, as in the number.
Oh. I thought
that
like
would
an
have been
ape.
so great.
Like some kind of like wild ape. Like a large gorilla or some shit.
Can we call him Caesar?
No.
Taking away my.
I'm sorry, I was trying to find it here. Why is it? My monster thing is being slow. I apologize, guys.
You're okay. You're just holding everyone up and ruining all of our fun.
Yeah.
I know. Sorry, I
This
think
mi-
Boozer's only a 6, so I think I have to do Mammoth.
this might help a bit. The ceilings are about 40 feet high or 30 feet high in this chamber. And actually, no, sorry, scratch that. The thing I said first, 40 feet. Looking at it, it's kind of got like a vaulted kind of ceiling to it, and you're turning him into a mammoth.
Well, sorry, is he gonna fit? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, it's high enough. You got enough.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. One second. It should be loading. Once I get control of it, I will give control
Alright.
to you.
I'm a mammoth.
Poof, you're a mammoth. I'll go ahead and give you control of the character sheet.
I'm gonna tell him to accept it so he doesn't fight the polymorph.
Just be one with the mammoth.
Like, that doesn't affect his intelligence or anything, right?
It does.
It does.
He's still Boozer, but he's not a very smart Boozer.
The main thing that you will note will change is you currently don't see much. It's really dark. You do not retain your dark vision. And for simplicity's sake, I'm going to go ahead and take your token and just put it back in the side chamber. You should have access to move that, but place it in a space that's attached to him.
I was gonna put it right on top.
Okay, go ahead and just slide it back.
No.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just putting you over here, so you can't see the battle. Because I don't think mammoths have dark vision.
I opened it up. I'll check really quickly. I don't think they do.
I do not
They
think they
don't.
do. Yeah.
Most beasts don't.
So at current, you probably don't even see him at all anyways. Because no one has any light source near you. All right, cool. Searshaw's done. And then it was going...
I do want to move.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Because I don't know what she can do. Can I use my flying boots and go past the door but up? So
Yeah, you can go up to
Okay.
a height of 30 feet. That's the height of
yeah,
the
so I go past these doors and up. Just so I'm out of cheese range.
Oh, inside there, the ceiling in there is only about 10 feet high. But if
the
you-
rope.
We just came from the
Yeah,
hole though.
the hole is actually more like a column than you're thinking. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
See that circle on the ground?
That's where it goes up. Yeah,
Got it. Okay. I'm just gonna go behind the door here then. That's fine.
cool. All right,
I'll
Cardiff.
move forward 1 square, cast haste on the mammoth, and then yell to Bowden. We need light for the mammoth to see.
Okay.
Well, that would be a great thing to do if I had light.
Yeah. Ask the shadow sorcerer to cast light.
That's my point. That's my point.
Right.
This
we-
one's smashed, right? Which ones of these are smashed?
All of them are smashed.
All of them.
All of them. Okay, good.
Hmm.
And then I'll move
Yeah.
kind of.
And based on what he's casting, since you're seeing it in slow motion, go ahead and make another Arcana check there, Cardiff. Just you.
Oh, it's to myself. God damn it.
Unacceptable.
Should be a 1 this time.
Sure. You would recognize that the ability that he's throwing out is the Finger of Death, the same one that Pockets used. You're pretty sure that after you all left and whatever happened to him, he probably went around and accepted all of these gifts.
I figured.
Bowden,
Probably doesn't affect vampires as much as it affects humans.
possibly not.
Would help if I could select my token.
Yeah, and the dead women on the ground, by the way, they do count as difficult terrain, hobbling over them, so you might want to go around them. Just a thought.
I can't really see around, like, through the mammoth, can I?
Wow, this turn order. Wait, Bowden was at the top of the initiative? Yeah, Seth,
Cardiff was.
I was.
Seth never
Yeah.
went, so I'm going to go ahead and say he's held his action until that point. He's going at the end of the initiative, and his token never has. He'll cast Light on the Mammoth. MVP, Seth.
Yep.
Louis Tusk.
We have a glowing hasted mammoth. I just want to say that's pretty awesome.
No, the haste, will that continue through the mammoth? Like, let's say he dies, like the mammoth dies. It doesn't continue through.
I
Well,
would say no.
It's a bunch of dicks.
Actually, I would say yes. It's the same creature. It's just shifting back into its different form. It's shape changer, effectively.
Okay.
So yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Seth will stay right where he's at, though. He's not going to move. He's just going to cast Light this turn.
I just want to say Chi kind of looked like a vampire anyway, so
Mm.
should have never trusted. He probably always was a vampire.
No, he was a fallen Aasimar. So now he's an undead angel beast who is awesome and the greatest thing ever. Go ahead, Bowden. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to cast Light. Also, the
Yeah.
Mammoth provides a shit ton of cover.
Yeah. Well, I did that, and then magic missile.
Yeah, that's fine. He takes 5 points of force damage. It's the first time you've worked dead wounding him, I think.
Okay, and that's all my movement. So
He seems mildly annoyed. All right, Mammoth time.
I'll just look around confused for a little bit, and I see a vampire, which I still innately hate, and I'll charge it. And what can Mammoth do?
Gore, trample.
Yeah, I can't trample. It was too close.
Wait, what just
I
happened?
just want to stomp him. I'll stomp him.
Okay. Hit the button on the NPC sheet. Should work.
Oh, you made a sheet.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's Mammoth sheet at the top there. Should be
Oh,
under your
perfect.
control. Yep.
I'll do one of each since I can do both.
Miss and that second one will hit, but he casts the spell as a reaction, shield, and blocks it.
All right, it's my turn.
And that's with haste too. You get one attack per turn.
Yeah, one attack return.
Mhm.
It doesn't have multi-attack.
No, you aren't understanding. You don't have multi-attack. Okay, gotcha. I thought you said with that multi-attack.
No, he
Okay.
explained.
Okay. I thought he said with that. Not, I don't have. Okay. All right. Then it goes to his turn, which we agreed. He broke the slow, so his last turn's effect now happens. The Mammoth will take 30. Was it 2 points of damage?
yes,
Yep.
sir.
Okay.
Wait, does Chi have to roll concentration for getting hit, or no?
No, he cast the
Oh,
spell.
he got hit for
No,
what?
no.
Yeah, he
5 damage.
Got it.
I mean, I can make that if you want real quick. I can, but
Roll a 1.
oh, that would suck.
Yeah,
Double,
do it.
double ones.
Do it.
That's fine. All right. Go ahead and make a Mammoth. Go ahead and make a opportunity attack. Your choice. Whatever.
sorry, I have to find the character sheet.
It's fine.
Stop.
Okay. That will miss by 1. And he jumps, wings darting down, and goes straight to the ceiling. He hits the ceiling, but he does so with his feet, not his head. And he seems to be standing on it, like David Bowie.
Oh. I just want to ask you one question. You watched Falcon Heavy, right?
I don't know.
Really?
That would be, let's see, 30 feet of his movement, so he'll move 20 more. And he says, after all I've done for you, 25? No, I said 20. Okay, good. He says, after all I've done for you, you throw a beast at me? And he looks at Searshaw with hatred. I'll drink every ounce of water from your body.
Creepy.
He will cast the same spell he just cast on the Mammoth against you. Go ahead and make me a.
I'm gonna counterspell it.
It's a 7th level spell, so go ahead and get rid of a dice roll for me. I think you can't roll shit.
Eat it.
That'll work.
Oh, nice roll.
Yeah, he tries to throw up negative energy, and this Shadowmancer kind of blocks it with his own counterspell. It looks like his ire has changed, and he looks down at Bowden with just malice and rage. Yeah, that'll be it for him. As he kind of focuses in on you, though, you can see that lightning's starting to kind of spark across his metal arm. All right, Shadow.
So Shadow hears all this craziness happening, and he's gonna pop out.
If you've adventured with him, you would know that he just seems to have cast another spell. He must be higher than his earlier level, though, to be able to do that. It looks like he cast Thundering Smite. Okay. Shadow, yeah, he's 30 feet up, and looks like about 30 feet out, so within range. Yeah, that'll hit.
And then I was hidden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the attack hits just fine.
And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'll move into cover, and I will hide.
Okay. Saoirse.
Okay. Sorry, I step out so I can get Chi here. And my map completely disappeared. Oh my god.
You're in the door, I think. That's why.
I got it. I will Ray of Frost, Chief.
Okay. That'll miss. You remember Chai having a really high armor class.
I do. And I will step back.
I'll step to this door. Does this door look like it could easily open and close it?
It's about the same strength as the door that you put an iron door in front of. So no, you could definitely open and close it, but you wouldn't be able to do it like as a reaction unless you prepared for it to be the case.
Okay. I just want to go and just cast Magic Missile from my wand.
Okay. Seems like a good way of going. Go ahead and throw your damage.
Level 1.
Okay. Throw it. So 10.
Yes.
Okay. Bowden. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting. Hold on. This fucking cleric just standing around like a jackass.
You need to add Seth to the initiative
Hey,
there,
Seth,
bud.
there's a vampire over there.
By the way,
Mr. Holy Smiter.
He says, "What? A vampire? I hate those." All right. Fucking bad DM is bad. Let me go ahead and do a spell casting. How about that? He looks at the vampire, looks over at Bowden, sees that there's a bit of a connection there, and he will cast protection from evil and good on Bowden neck, hoping that that'll matter. Because I can't think of anything else to save you from the wreckage that's about to happen to your life. That's his turn. Then it goes to you, Bowden, because Cardiff already went and I'm a failure. But he's on the initiative count now at 0. Go ahead there, Chris. Wanda Web, huh? Cool. Dexterity saving throw, right?
Yeah, DC 15.
He raises his hand up, and you see the web kind of emanate around him, and he seems to be perfectly set inside of a square that is not webbed. He seems to be untouched or unfazed by the webbing. And then all right, Boozer, the elephant.
So how tall would you say a mammoth is?
I'd say about, what are you, colossal or huge?
Huge.
Huge. Yeah.
Say about 20 feet, 25 feet. I mean, there wasn't much room for him to run across the roof to get away from you. So you can swing up at him.
Enlarge 'em.
I'd say just for technical purposes, yeah, you could probably stop him. Just kick a boot up. It's fine.
Well, I have the gore has 10-foot reach.
You can do
so-
that too. Either or would have worked.
Let's see. Oh, my roll 20 just crashed. Sorry.
Okay.
Let me just close Boozer's window so I have less going on.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm just going to gore him twice
Go for it.
as soon as this all loads.
Miss and hit. Doesn't seem to be as effective as you thought it would. His armor seems to have ablate. He's not wearing the adamantine armor he wore while he was in camp, but it seems to have a very similar effect. You're
It's
not
a gift.
You're not sure if it's the armor or if it's him.
Oh, that's the mammoth's turn.
Okay. He is going to move like so.
I don't want to be in this room anymore. Let's still not be in the same room.
So you would see him run towards the wall, kind of drop down, and then catch his footing on the ground. He's now standing on the wall, not on the floor. So he's behind the door, which is currently open, which opens out. And because you guys kicked it out, if you recall, he kicks it back in, and as he's doing so, he kind of looks like he's casting a spell, but he's on the opposite side of the door from Bowden.
This dickhead.
He appears in a poof of mist behind the door as it shuts, and he'll take his attack action.
Could I take an attack of opportunity when he left?
Yes, you'll have disadvantage for it, so
Hold on.
because he's up in the shadows. So that'll
That's
miss. Yeah, as long as he's moving within shadows, attacks of opportunity against him at disadvantage. And attacking. 2 attacks. I'm going to go ahead and Unholy Smite into the first one. I'm going to attack Bowden, because fuck that guy. First attack, 21 hits for 9 damage. And then he is spending a 2nd level spell, so that'll be a total of 3d8 extra necrotic damage. So 10 additional, so half actually, so 14 damage on the first attack. Still standing? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he'll attack you again. That'll hit for 12, and he'll pop another 2nd level spell into it for 3d8 more damage. Necrotic, which you resist. So 7. 19 on that second.
I'm down.
Okay. As he kind of wrecks him down to the ground with the blade, he looks at you, Searshaw, and he says, Marake. And as he does so, Cardiff, this recognition of that word kind of pops in your head. You remember when it was last spoken, it was spoken by Dugat. And when he spoke it, 2 hellhounds burst into the scene. And
Is
2
it a
hellhounds burst
Counterspell?
into the scene. It is not a counterspell, or a counterspellable ability. It is a innate ability acquired by a dark gift. 2 hellhounds appear in the room with you. one to his side, standing over Bowden, and the other standing directly behind him. Searshaw, the door looks like it's easily openable if you wanted to retreat. It is Shadow's turn, though. The door is currently closed.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So let's pop through here. And it's behind the door?
Yeah,
It's
the door is
fine.
closed, yeah. I know it doesn't look
Oh,
closed, but it
Jesus.
certainly is. If you open the door, that's not an action, it's just part of your movement, that's fine.
Yeah, because Cardiff is in there and Searshaw's in there. Yep. So when I open the door, I see directly in front of me Chai.
You see Chai and 2 hellhounds, correct?
So let me attack Chai, who's directly in front of me. And so is he? Where is he in relation to Bowden? Is he off the ground? Is he?
Oh, he just knocked Bowden to the ground. Yeah, he's standing
He's standing. Okay.
normally. He's not hanging. He's not David Bowing it anymore.
Okay. The hit.
Yeah, that'll do. That's on the nose. Sneak attack, Searshot.
And then I'm going to offhand the Hellhound.
He looks bloody, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cardiff would say focus on chi.
Yeah.
I can't withdraw if I don't. I'll take attack
Okay,
of opportunity
it.
if I don't attack the Hellhound, which is why I get you though.
You know how you work.
Yep,
I
yep.
don't.
No worries.
You would still say that though.
That is a crit, isn't it?
Yeah, and the Hellhound is not resistant to it.
So I'm going to do 2 sneak attack them. No, I don't.
Sneak
No,
attack.
I don't get that. Sorry.
Sneak attack
Yeah,
once.
Yeah. So
10.
then I'm going to pop out of the room and sort of into the corner here.
Okay.
Well done, man.
Yeah. Thanks.
Searshaw, you are currently adjacent to a lot of shit. You have Misty Step.
Okay. I do. I do.
Do what you like.
I'm gonna magic missile Chi.
Okay. Throw it. No. Go ahead and click it 2 more times. 5 and 5, 10. Okay.
I'm gonna misty step out of here.
So real quick, you cannot.
Oh, I can't. Oh, shoot. I thought it was misty step. Okay, I did that wrong. Sorry.
If you were 8th level, you could, but that's why Chai is.
Sorry, I thought. Okay.
Cheating.
Well, I screwed that up.
Yeah, that's why Chai is cheating. Because apparently one of the dark gifts gives you some levels. Anywho, you can attempt to just run, but you'll take 2 opportunity attacks.
Ready in action to.
You can't ready in action with a bonus action.
Fuck. Well, sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna use my boots and fly out of here.
Okay. I'll take 2 attacks against you.
Yep.
Chai will swing with his sword. That'll crit for 18. And the Hellhound will bite. Sting loads. Don't know why it has to process. I just had it open. So dumb. Bite. Did it roll? No?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay.
Hit miss.
Yep. Good deal. So you fly away. All right. Cardiff.
Well, I guess the Golem will just have to wait.
As Searshot escapes the room, the hounds turn to look at you, and so does he.
That's excellent. Cardiff throws a pit on the ground right here, a 10-foot pit.
Okay. They'll all make dexterity saving throws to not fall into a pit as per a pit trap.
Well, how the fuck can this one make a dex saving throw?
It'll shift. It's not going to just fall straight down. If someone's throwing a pit on the ground and it's appearing behind you, you don't just auto fall in. There's no auto kills in this game. That's not how that works
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
It's the most broken item, guys. You gotta go in the hole. Force shit on me. So dex saving throw from the hound that is directly above fails. From the other one, that will succeed. So the one at the door is fine. The one that's not isn't. And then Chai. Dex saving throw. Hold on a second. Fucking thing sucks. I clicked you. I clicked you. I clicked you. Just for sanity's sake, we'll just say that the dotted line is basically it. I know it's up a little bit more, but yeah. Unless you want to draw it. Dex saving throw. Roll. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I figured he'd be. It's really just for the dogs.
Okay.
Because if dogs can climb out of a pit, then we're really fucked. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action and temporal bamf,
Misty step, yeah.
burning a second level spell.
Oh, you're temporal looping. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go 15 and then 15.
Correct. So, well, I guess I'll go back and maybe I can do something else with that.
Good.
15 here, and then I guess 15.
Okay. All right. Seth kind of looks into the door. Can kind of see Bowden on the ground. He kind of just grits his teeth and walks into the fray like a fucking jackass.
Is he still frightened?
Oh shit. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Thank you. You just saved my NPC. Unless you want to power slide him in with a mammoth. I mean, yeah, he doesn't seem like he's capable of moving any closer to Chai right now. It lasts for a minute, so about as long as that polymorph. He's going to move over.
He's got healing word though, right?
He does. That's why I'm going to move him over to the side and cast healing word on that motherfucking Bowden, that kid. I'll do it with a second level spell slot because I don't have many first level spell slots left. Should do.
Oh, Bowden had protection versus evil. Did
Yeah.
he get hit with disadvantage still?
I'm pretty sure I rolled really good, like both times. Yeah.
Well,
I only
first
have a
time was
13.
11
Oh,
He has a 10 AC.
and 16.
13.
He has
I have
10
mage
AC.
armor on. I've had mage armor
Yeah,
on.
he's had major armor.
So he would have missed the 19.
We're not going that far
The
back.
first hit would have. Okay.
Sorry.
It's fine.
It's been a while. You're right though, but I cast a spell on him, and he should have remembered that shit. And not you later. Sorry, it's me not being a bad DM. It's him being a bad player.
It's me. Yeah.
Remember your benefits, and then
Oh no!
as an action, I think what we're gonna do here is. Shit. Yeah. I'm gonna hold my action. Or not hold my action. Ready my action. It looks like he's preparing some sort of holy ritual or holy prayer.
Oh fuck.
He's gonna prepare to use his channel divinity, Path of the Grave, on the vampire if it comes out. And then Bowden, you are up. You are on the ground. You are just getting back to the living, thanks to the Osirian. What would you like to do, you filthy fucking cultist?
That.
Okay. And you can appear in any orientation that you so please. So if you want to teleport 30 feet and be standing, that's fine. and then you still have an action.
Not towards him. Hold on.
Oh wow, you are lagging real bad. Out there in the boonies,
Yeah. Yeah.
like good internet. All right, and then you still have an action. What would you like to do? Yeah, the dog in the back end is in the pit. The hellhounds didn't do anything. They seem to just be standing guard. And the one that's in the pit just going to stay there.
I'm gonna ready an action. Can I ready a cantrip if I cast?
Yeah, it's an action. You can ready an action.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ready a firebolt.
Okay. Boozer the Mammoth.
As huge, I can walk through medium, right?
Sure.
Well, you got a boot on you.
That's
Time
just
counter.
my haste.
Because he's kicking ass and taking names.
If he had boots, he would have been there by now.
Yeah, I love you,
If
Charlie.
you're
It's to remind me I have haste
if you're attacking
for 8 more turns.
through the door with your gore attack, ooh. I'm gonna say just because of cover, he's gonna have the bonus to AC. I mean, you're attacking through a door frame.
Sure.
Yeah. Go ahead. No.
Oh,
That
jeez.
first one will do pretty good. Second one, not so much. All right.
Do I get the knockdown effect? Because I was
Uh,
I went a lot of distance.
Hold on.
The trampling charge.
Let's see. If the mammoth moves 20 feet in a straight line and then hits with a gore attack on the same turn, the target makes a strength save DC 18. So he'll make that save.
Okay.
He has advantage on it.
Does that mark on his hand?
Actually, no, he
get
doesn't.
bigger,
That's
or-
not magic. Just plus 4 stick.
Oh, cheapo.
He hits the
So-
ground. Go ahead and roll the attack again. Yeah.
Does he fall in the pit?
No.
Oh, but he got another hit.
Mm-hmm. All right. That is really bad news bears. 6. Okay. All right. Yeah, he looks real fucked up. Quite fucked up.
I'm sorry.
Did you stomp him too? 'Cause,
Solid.
I mean, you had no. Actually, you used all your attack profile. I'm
He's
sorry.
done. Yeah. It
You were
goes to Chai.
Oh, I could make a stop as a bonus, but I can't reach him. So.
Yeah. You have a 5-foot reach, right? For the stop, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Chai will stand up, annoyed. He will back away from the pit and fly over it to the opposite side, knocking him to a pit. I don't know why anybody cared about that being the case. And he'll say a weird word in Infernal. You see that he starts to billow with this kind of sulfurous smoke, and the 2 dogs rush towards the door. I need you to
I
make
mean, the one dog.
the dog inside comes out of the 10-foot pit.
Really, it can climb up the pit?
Yeah, it's a fiend. Like, it's not going to be terribly put off by
It's a dog. How does it?
I mean, are we kidding right now? Like,
How does a dog climb up a 10-foot pit?
Claws.
it's
I
got huge
guess.
demon claws.
It doesn't have
It could just
thumbs.
Jump.
I guess. I don't know.
10 foot
My-
sounds high.
Hold
You're
on,
using
hold
opposable
on.
thumbs as the argument here.
Yes, I don't know.
Wait,
My
let me,
9-inch tall dog can jump up like 3-5 feet on her own.
let me make sure I understand you correctly here, Dan.
But how is it lifting
Dan, no,
itself?
shut your fucking mouth. Listen to me for a second, okay? There was a dwarf, which isn't a thing that exists in real life because the dwarfs that we have are much different, that was
Right.
changed into a goddamn mammoth, which
Well,
don't
I just
exist in
thought it's
current
a
society
dog.
because they're all dead. Okay, we have a guy who can bend space and time to his will,
Right.
a shadowmancer, a woman who shouldn't exist because she's some sort of half-breed with a thing that doesn't exist. There's a walking, talking cat, and the thing that concerns you the most is a dog can jump up onto the equivalent of a counter. That's the
10
problem.
foot high counter.
It's 5 foot high at the shoulders. These things are medium-sized dogs.
Oh, okay.
This isn't like
Okay.
this isn't a poodle. This isn't a fucking like yippy Chihuahua dog. This is a
All right. I can get behind. I just from what I was imagining,
it took me
it was
it took me explaining to you that these are medium-sized dogs
that these are
for
really
you to
big
go.
dogs.
You know what? Now it's
they're-
plausible. Everything else that's happened so far, now it's plausible. It's real. It's real.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
It can happen.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, come on, it's dog in the.
Yeah.
It's a dog pit. It's a dog in a pit.
I get you.
mean,
I need
wait.
you to make 2 dex saving throws with your big old mammoth. Please.
When Chai left, could I have attacked him?
With the gore attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have had disadvantage. So again, 27 would hit. You'll cast shield. He blocks it because I don't want to die right now. I want you to make me. Actually, he wouldn't have died. Actually, he regenerates at the start of his turn. Totally forgot.
so he's taking that damage then, right?
What?
So
No.
he's just gonna go.
He shields that shit. I need 2 dex saving throws from you, buddy. Mammoth. You fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
This is an agile mammoth.
Oh man.
Wait. The mammoth has an 8 dexterity?
No, -1.
That's so good.
They're -1s. What are you
How
talking
the fuck
about?
does a mammoth have 9 dexterity?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
No, it does. I'm looking. No, you guys are talking about the modifier, nerds. I'm talking about the score. How does a mammoth have a 9?
This mammoth's more agile than Boozer.
That's fucking nuts.
That's
That's
bad,
great.
dude.
You should probably just live as a mammoth.
He's also hasted. Wait a second.
Yeah, don't change
He's
it
also
back.
hasted. No,
Oh
he gets
yeah, we get advantage.
from being
Sure.
hasted.
Take you passed as is, so 12 and 10, so 22 damage.
Okay, this is how we clear this whole dungeon.
Yep, and
Just
then
buff a mammoth. Okay.
Chai will use his last use of. Oh, that's Seth. Hold on. Use his last use of Finger of Death on the mammoth. That's the mammoth. Oh my god. So many sheets. Go ahead and start making me.
Oh, mammoth is good at con.
No, fuck him.
Oh,
fuck
fuck.
it. Nope, not happening.
Yep.
I'm doing it again.
There's a mammoth in the way. You can't see the spellcaster.
Ah,
I'm pretty
lame.
sure if he's fitting his head through the door to stab things, you're not seeing shit. The con DC is actually going to be.
I failed.
He failed. He
I
rolled a 7.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. So take 36 necrotic damage.
Mammoth,
no, hold on,
it's
hold on.
pretty bloody.
Sorry. Nope. Take 66 necrotic damage because that's plus 30, and the plus 30 is not added into it. And you should have taken more when I did it last time. Fuck. But I didn't catch it then.
Didn't
I
he
caught it
counter?
now.
He counterspelled
first
the finger bang was counterspelled.
He's
Oh,
countered
It
three
was.
times.
yeah.
The very first one.
So take 30 extra damage, right?
So 66.
So mammoth is barely hanging on.
And it goes to Shadow.
So just so I understand what's happening, there's a mammoth in front of the door that looks really bad,
Mm-hmm.
and behind the door there are hellhounds and Chai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could see just barely the Hellhounds. Barring a magic missile, you're not going to be able to take a shot at them without the hitting that mammoth. And
So
then
I was wondering if I could slide underneath the mammoth's legs and sort
its
of.
head, its head is in the doorway with at least one tusk, possibly 2, slammed into it in some way, shape, or form. I seriously and
That's
genuinely
fine. I
doubt
just
it.
asked the
Slide.
question.
Slide through the door, like past the doorway, and
You're not-
shoot your crossbow.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. That fucking mammoth's head is like 10 feet from bottom to top. There's no doorway. There's a mammoth head of a door smashing into a damn doorway. Like, sure. Make an acrobat. You know what? Make an acrobatics check. Don't say no. Don't
You
say
did
no.
perfectly, Shadow.
I
Hit
Perfect.
it.
I got
Did it.
a plan. If it goes. And no, I set the DC at 20, and you failed. If anybody wants to spend their
Aw.
inspiration to make this cool, you can.
I don't.
Do it.
I've been playing this game forever, John, and I don't think I've ever had inspiration. Did I ever get
No.
inspiration?
I've never.
Never.
To you.
I've been playing this character that everyone loves, and he doesn't have inspiration.
Because you don't do your own write-ups, bitch. Oh, unless they're salty and aimed at Chad.
Hey, no, I did. I used
Hey.
to do write-ups all the time,
Oh.
man. At the beginning of West Marches, I did it all the time, though.
Shh, it's
You
cool.
know I did.
Who has inspiration? Who wants to spend it? Nobody.
Okay.
I don't have it.
Okay. Shadow, yeah, you'll slide through and you'll basically be on the other side of him. Either way, either side of him you want to be on. but you can't get through.
Cardiff gives you a high five.
Could I hold an action to shoot if anything pops out of the door?
Yes,
Super. Let's do that.
it'd be ready in action, but yeah, same thing.
Ready in action. Yeah.
Yep, sure shot.
I mean, we pretty much got this encounter wrapped up.
I'm just debating. Should I get rid of the mammoth because she's gonna heal?
Yeah, that's the way I mean, the way you are saying it sounds cool, but the way I'm seeing it is you've got a raccoon in a corner or a possum in a corner. I'm ready to rock. Sear shot. What you doing?
I'm literally asking my party. Should we get rid of the mammoth?
We need to stop Chi
Yeah, exactly. We
from
need to get
flying
the
away.
mammoth out of the way. So I'm going to dismiss
Okay.
this mammoth
Mammoth
for
go,
everybody.
Mammoth go bye-bye. Boozer, go ahead and put yourself in any square that thing was occupying.
We need to get rid of Chi, so
Hey, guess what? That hellhound's visible now, Shadow. Take a shot.
Shadow.
Andy,
I'm sorry. I'm here. What?
take
Take
a
a
shot.
shot.
The mammoth disappeared. Hellhound's visible.
Would Boozer be adjacent
2.
the door?
He can be wherever he wants. He put himself there.
Oh, I thought you put him there.
No, I didn't touch him. That'll take 8 damage. All right.
I just put him in the middle.
That's fine. Cardiff, you're up. Oh wait, Searshot, you just dismissed an action.
I
You
just
haven't done
dismissed. Yeah,
You haven't done shit. Go ahead, continue.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to get my stupid sheet up. I hate. It's so laggy. What do we have here? Yeah. I'm going to attempt to. Don't know if it works because I'm pretty sure she's got good strength, but I'm going to try to grasp it. I will give him disadvantage on it.
You do what?
I'm going to try to grab him just now. If my thing will pop up, I've got Earth and Grasp.
Okay. Is that a strength saving throw? Okay.
It is, but I'll give him a disadvantage.
How is that happening?
She's a sorcerer.
Oh, right.
Sorceress.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. My brain doesn't work all the time. So, strength saving throw. Here we go. And advantage, because this is actually a spell. All right. I'm good.
She would
I
impose
gave you-
disadvantage.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
Oh, so it's
nullify.
you got
Right.
13,
It
so-
balances out. Sorry, you're right. 13 will fail then. I guess I'm Earth and Grasped. It's lame.
And you take 7 damage, so
I don't like it. Yep. All right. And anything else? That's it.
Oh.
Okay, Cardiff, you're up.
sorry, I haven't moved my character.
He's still shimmering
If you're just
with
moving,
a
yeah, that's fine.
shield, right?
Yeah, that would have been. No, he didn't use it this turn. No.
Fuck it. In that room.
He's not affected.
Well, the hellhound.
Neither are the hellhounds. I don't think. Let me check.
Fuck me.
No, they could possibly be affected. Hold on. Fail. And fail. Yep, they just start staring at the pattern.
Excellent.
Chai looks annoyed, shaking his head. All right, Seth, not having gotten to take his action because nothing came out, he'll just kind of step in. To there and attack the one that's wounded.
My dog really wants to go out. I'll be right back.
We'll be right here. All right, here we go. That'll miss. And
On Chi?
oh, this is Seth swinging at the dog. He's going to go ahead and move off to the side and draw the opportunity.
Wouldn't he have advantage?
Why would he?
No.
Oh, because they're charmed, right?
They're charmed.
Yep.
No.
Yep. 14 damage to it. Yeah.
Does charm give it?
It makes them. It enable. Blah, 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 blah. It restrains them or something. What does it do? It says while charmed, they're incapacitated.
Yes.
That's the word I
Yeah,
wanted.
incapacitated doesn't give advantage though.
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh, wow.
It just
Okay.
means they can't take actions or reactions.
Then he misses, and then he moves, and he can't take. He doesn't get an opportunity attack because they can't take reactions, like he just said. I don't know how to play D&D. Bowden, you're up. This is way past my bedtime, you guys. I'm sorry.
I love you, John.
I'm an old man. Hey, Chris, are you alive?
Yeah, hold on.
You can see Chai now.
Yeah, that's going after Chai.
Okay, we'll take it. Actually, he won't. He'll just cast shield. Okay. Block your bullshit. Boozer.
Since they're incapacitated, I just jump over them.
You could move. You couldn't move through them, no. So you said that they can't take reactions or anything. They're still hostile creatures, right? Jumping over them,
Yeah.
they're still about 5 feet tall at the shoulders, like we discussed. So
Yeah. I can jump that high.
you have a strength modifier of +4. You have a 4-foot vertical.
+5.
Oh, you have a 5-foot vertical. So, like, I mean, you go. You're not Mario. Make an athletics check. Let's see how it goes. Okay, make an acrobatics check.
Oh, that's not my good one.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so you land just behind them, but you are standing on the edge of a pit.
Better get them in the pit.
Because the pit is actually not that circle. It's basically in the square you're in. It's these 10. Or, sorry, these 10. Because that's where he caught them.
Let me move my Cardiff real quick. Cast it
Yeah, you cast it so it had all
Here.
3 of them in.
right here. So the circle is right here. Like the.
Then it wouldn't have gotten Chai and the dog in the first place. It would have just gotten
It's
the
a
one
10
dog.
foot. It's a 10-foot.
Radius. Oh, yeah, so
Yes.
it's pretty much the whole
Yes.
room. Yeah, you're.
Yeah. The whole
Uh,
fucking room, man.
Can we rewind? Like, we haven't gone that far. You're going to be jumping into a hole if you jump in there.
Okay, redraw the hole.
Okay. Let me do that.
Okay.
I thought it
There's a
was-
reason I put a hole in the room and it got out of the fucking room.
Yeah. Makes sense. Now.
But somehow they're not in the hole, even though the whole room is a hole. I don't. But it's okay because they jump out of it anyways.
One of them can fly.
A dog can. Well, yeah, he's fine. Honestly, I've just been trying to deal with the fucking hellhounds, man.
So the circle is the hole. Chai is floating on the edge there.
So is he actually still floating, or because he's been grabbed, is he on the bottom of the
It
hole?
wouldn't have pulled him to the bottom of the hole. It would have pulled him to the ledge.
I guess I'll just kill the hounds.
I would think. Yeah, you choose a 5-foot square, unoccupied space on the ground that you can see within range. It would have to come from behind him because it only has within 5 feet of it. It wouldn't be able to reach up to 10 foot. Hellhound smash, go.
Yeah, I'll just attack the hounds.
That will.
I think this one was more hurt. Or
Yeah.
I'll attack the more hurt one.
So that
I'm
misses.
gonna move up 5 feet because if the grass was behind him, one more, I have to move up still.
That'll hit.
I'll smite it.
Okay.
Is it still up?
No, it's dead. And you can move into its space. It's difficult terrain, but you're not moving very far.
So that's 5 feet. Fall in the hole. Is this like a steep drop, or is this
Yeah.
pit like a
Dead
clear-
shot. Straight in.
But apparently you can just jump out of it. It's okay.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to make a monster that creates 100-foot pits underneath Cardiff every time. That's what we're going to do. And you're not going to get to save because go fuck yourself. It's a funny joke the first time, but it's really getting old and on my nerves. It's 11:23. I should have been in bed 2 hours ago.
I'm just joking.
Stop
I'm
being a dick.
not trying to be a dick. I'm just being
Well,
silly.
you're succeeding at the thing you're trying not to do.
All right. I'll
All
stop.
right.
I love you.
So, how high is Chi above the pit? Sorry.
He's kind of grasped, connected to the ledge of it by the hand. So he was only like a
Alright,
foot
so
or
I'll
two
go
away.
down.
Okay.
10-foot drop. Can I do something to mitigate the damage, or just take it?
You don't have acrobatics trained, no. So just
I'll
roll.
just take it.
Yeah, roll a d6 at some point. Take that damage. Sure.
Below him and try to. Actually, I have plenty of movement with haste. I'll try and climb out of the pit now.
Make an athletics check. Completely sheer. I was gonna say like a 15 DC for that, but if
Well, I can jump 8 feet. So
how are you jumping 8 feet?
I'm running 10 feet.
Right.
So running high jump is 8 feet.
A running high jump is 4 feet.
No, it's my.
I thought it was just your
Right.
strength modifier, and then your strength score for running
Yeah,
a long
strength
jump.
modifier plus 3.
Oh, okay. Are you champion? With okay, go. Just go. Go. You jump up and you're swinging at him.
No, I want to get out of the pit.
Oh, okay. Sure. You can put yourself in any square that's adjacent to him. In
And
the
then
back
now
corner.
I'll swing at him.
Okay. How do you get a +3 to your? Oh, haste, right? Sure.
Okay, so now I'll swing at him.
Yeah.
Which is probably a miss.
It is a miss.
I'm
Why did I click it? I didn't mean to. That's fine. Okay, it goes to his turn. So he's what? Restrained, right?
Yeah, he's restrained, so he's
Okay.
got advantage on the attacks.
Yeah, 23 still missed. He's going to go ahead and not be restrained anymore by casting Misty Step and appear in this back corner. Because I don't like being restrained. And then I heal some hit points first. And I'm going to beat up this Boozer kid.
Bring it on, Chi.
Yeah, well, we've got a tired DM behind me. Power of all powers. I will roll good. Yay. That's a lot of damage. My second attack. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and burn my last second level spell smite into that, so 3d8 necrotic. Plus 17, that's better. That looks good. And then I've got 2 first level spells left. I should probably save those for
It's too high even for shield.
What?
Oh, Cardiff wanted me to shield, but
Oh.
shield wouldn't be enough.
And then
Okay.
19 hit?
That doesn't.
That does not hit. Okay. Cool. That's it for me. The dogs get a saving throw?
No, I don't believe so. Not unless their
Oh,
spell
shit.
ends for an affected creature, unless it takes any damage
Shaken, right.
or it's shaken.
Cool. All right, then it is Shadow.
Yep. So there's. Can I see in the doorway?
Mhm.
And I see the dogs right out. Okay, I step over here maybe, and there's a hellhound right here. Is that right?
Correct. It's incapacitated, so it can't take reactions or anything. It's just
So
kind of
let's
staring at a thing. You don't
Attack
have
it.
you don't have advantage against it, so you won't get sneak attack.
That's fine.
That'll hit for 6.
Mm-hmm. And then the offhand.
It's no longer incapacitated. And then your next attack, that'll miss. You basically knock it out of its reverie. It turns and looks at you and bites at your dagger hand, and you kind of snap back and away from it. Cats don't do well against dogs.
No, they don't. Not this time.
Sirsha.
I'm gonna magic missile him.
Okay.
Going to.
I'm gonna
hide.
shield and block it. I have one last first level spell, and that's all the spells I got left.
Okay, well then I'm not going to try to attempt to roll these because it takes forever.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to spare you the time of dealing with the character sheet. All right, Carden, you want to cast Magic Missile on him too, just to save me a bunch of trouble?
I mean,
Come
he
on.
has shield until the end of his turn.
I know, yeah, just cast that stupid spell again.
I'll move here, cast Magic Missile on the Hellhound because
Well,
it's
that's
awake.
not what I wanted. All right,
You, sorry.
roll the damage.
Max damage.
Damn, baller. You did good, kid. And then it'll go to Seth, who will step in. He kind of bodies up against the Hellhound, but he doesn't look to be attacking it. And he uses his Channel Divinity finally, fucking finally, on Shy. The next attack that hits him, and it should be from a weapon attack, not some buddy casting a lame cantrip. The target is vulnerable for it. So if Shy hits him, it's going to do double damage. And he looks at Bo and he says, "Fuck this up."
Don't screw it up. Bodhi wasn't paying attention.
Good. He's on.
No, I heard it. I heard it.
Okay. What are you doing? Casting a cantrip on that guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna magic missile the dog.
Okay, throw it. It cast shield. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yes. Counter spell.
Everything has counter spell.
Guys.
Everything has shield. Cast it 2 more times.
No one.
Oh, that's just one roll. I was gonna say
Cast it 2 more times.
that's a terrible match.
So how is that possible? It's
someone-
not possible.
Can someone who he can hear tell him to cast it 2 more times?
I'm going. It just this computer lags like a son of a bitch.
Forget it. I'm taking his rolls. You're too slow. So 6 and 3 is mine.
Whatever.
I need this to be over, and I need it to be over now. Boozer.
Boozer will finish this.
Gosh, I hope so.
Do it.
I'll channel divinity, give me advantage on
Oh my
Chi,
gosh, double
Chai.
channels.
and I'll do 3 swings.
Miss, hit, hit.
I'll level 2 smite the 2 hits.
On both? Okay. Yeah, go. And you're doubling, once we're done with the first attack, we need to double that damage. So 13 and 4 is 17. 17 plus 11 is 28. 28 twice is 56.
56.
And then go ahead with your second. So 56 plus 3 is 59. 59, 60, 77, and the damage was 9. So 86 damage.
Christ.
All right. You hit him super hard. So hard he falls to the ground and kind of just lays there battered and bloodied. Just down. It looks like he's dead. And then it comes to his turn, and he regenerates 20 hit points, and then turns into a cloud.
But even though he took radiant,
Oh, is it? Is that how it works? Hold on. I thought you have to kill him a certain way. Is it just radiant in 5th edition? He's probably
That'd be so
dead.
lame.
He's probably dead. Hold on, let's see how it works.
Pretty sure it's radiant.
Regeneration. If the vampire takes radiant, yeah, he dies. He dies horribly.
Oh,
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so he just turns into a big old pile of ash and falls there.
rest in peace, Chai. Rest in peace.
Pieces. I'm sorry that's lame ending. I just got tired towards the end. Sorry. It was a really good start, and I fucked up a lot of shit. I just got depressed at myself. I'm so sorry.
Okay, I love you, kisses.
Fair
I'll
enough.
kick him into the pit just so
Well, he's
the
mostly
pit
just
serves some purpose.
a suit of armor now.
Oh,
Yeah. And you actually would see his, like, this is a visual thing that you can see. His soul kind of appear before you, and it's like, thank you for freeing me. And as you're kind of like, acknowledging it and going, yeah, you see these black hands come up out of the ground and grab his soul and pull them into the ground because he accepts dark gifts, and that's not what we should be doing.
Aww.
He was a paladin too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, his soul
What
burns
the
forever.
fuck?
Ah.
I'll take my
What?
wineskin and just pour it over his corpse.
Sure.
And wish him well.
If you take his armor and itemry, he had a +2 longsword, +1 shield, and a adamantine suit of armor, a chainmail. And I'm going to presume, just with the level of spells that you guys have wasted, you're going to attempt to retreat, correct?
We have a
Yep.
fucking. We could hide in a temporal.
No, I
barrier.
think we should just call it. I think the
Okay.
DM wants to go sleep.
Yeah.
No, I mean like
No.
to continue the
So,
dungeon.
When it comes
another
to
time.
when it comes to survey teams, if you don't report back within the day, they assume you're dead, and they'll wait a day for nobody else can go out for a day. So
Oh, it's so wrong.
Well,
Okay,
we-
no,
well,
we'll go back.
what we would have to do is we'd have to pause every single person here
Okay, I
and
got
wait
you.
for another time we could run. So that's not going to happen anytime soon, I don't think.
No, sir.
So we'll just
Okay.
assume you guys sneak back out the way you go. For my own shits and giggles, can you everybody roll me a stealth check?
Sure.
That double disadvantage thing. I rolled the bad roll in the first roll anyways. Okay, so you guys are marching out, and you hear the voice kind of ring out from the hall as you exit out the way you came in, and it says, "Flee this place now." Or no, sorry, wrong voice. "Flee this place now. Get out. Do not come back to the Hall of Secrets. Leave." And a fireball comes casting out after you, but you guys get away from it before it hits you. It just knows that you left, whatever it was inside of the hood of that stone statue. And yeah, you guys get out. 1900 exactly experience. For a lot of you, I'll go ahead and stop the recording now. It did not stream, but